11:40.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Don't touch it. 40.
I got it looking at him.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, YouTubers. You know the drill by now. Yeah, that's correct. Hit the thumbs up button and sit back, relax, and enjoy the 3-hour ride right here on Sactown Sports 1140. Thank you for writing the promo by Carmichael. That was verbatim. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Carmichael Dave.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's going to be a great day. It was a great day yesterday. It's a great week.
What did go?
It's about to get more interesting, I think.
Ooh.
So I would like to start the show before I say hello, before I throw out the, or after I throw out the text line, 916-339-1140. You can call us at 1-800-912-1140. 11:59 p.m. tonight is the deadline. And I think I'm going to take the plunge, Jason. I do not like saying this publicly. I share everything in my life.
What are you sharing here? I don't know what this is.
I think I'm going to take the bet. I think I'm going to try to quit smoking tonight. So I want to apologize in advance to the listeners, to my coworkers, because, you know, anyone who's worked with me knows I'm an even-keel guy. No ups, no downs, just straight ahead. No moods, nothing like that. I don't know what this is going to do. I mean, I know the health things it will do to me in a good way.
Okay, but here's what I need to know.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm good at many things, but I think I'm a really good cheerleader.
Yes.
So I know that you now, if you commit to this, what can I do? What can Jay do? What can we do to help do our part to make this happen?
Just
do we need to start?
No, start smoking. Yes, that would help. Yes, if you both started smoking when
would you go, gosh, I don't think that looks like you guys shouldn't be doing that.
I would turn into one of those non-smokers that is like a born again non-smoker who like has to tell all the smokers how terrible smoking is. I hate those people. Like, dude, you smoked forever. Now good for you not smoking, but get out of my face. Just get out of my face.
There's got to be something.
Honestly, all I would ask is just understand, and it's really tough for. It's like I don't drink. I almost never drink alcohol. Yeah. I don't understand people that like my wife likes to. Dante Green listening, right? I just got a random text from Dante referencing the show. Hi, Dante, if you're listening, we love you. And as always, open forum for Dante. He's got a home here whenever. That's nice. It's hard for me to understand, when my wife is rolling through a bottle of bourbon or whatever, like warm butter. I don't get it, but that's not for me to get. I don't understand alcoholics because my brain doesn't work that way.
Sure.
But the reality of the situation is, for much of my life, here's the reality. For much of my life, most of my life, I have smoked. My father smoked before me. That is a drug addiction. Full stop. I'm a drug addict. I'm 100% a drug addict and paying a lot of money, $10 a pack. To kill myself slowly.
Do you think you have addiction by nature? Like, remove cigarettes, would you have something else?
The problem is, to your point, that smoking becomes like entrenched in so many things. Like when I spend a lot of time at home, the show ends at 9, but it doesn't end at 9.
Right.
I spend a lot of time at home on the phone for this show, for the state, for whatever I'm doing. And naturally, when I'm on the phone, I got to smoke. So those go together. I'm outside, I'm pacing, people want, everyone knows when I'm at a Kings game, I'm eating popcorn, or, the pictures of me eating and doing this and doing that or whatever. The reality of the situation is the reason why I'm always stuffing my face at games is because of my smoking addiction. It really, truly is. I have to I have to be doing something with my fingers. I have to have something in my mouth. I have to be doing things. It helps me. Like, trust me when I say, if you could smoke in a Kings game, I would. That's all. Every picture would be me puffing a heater,
right?
Because I'm stressed out about the Kings game. So Kings games are tough for me in person. It's a big reason why I don't go to a ton of them, because you're in the same spot for 3 hours, and I'm very stressed out at Kings games because of the Kings.
Yes.
So it factors into all kinds of parts of my life. When I play spades on the weekend, our friends smoke. So we're smoking. When I'm in the morning, when I get up, cup of coffee, and I pound a bunch of smokes.
Commercial breaks here. See, maybe Jay and I can set up activities in the break. We could, we can have golf over here.
Yes.
So many activities. We can finally get that NBA Jam arcade in here.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, activities in every break to keep your mind off it.
I don't. And
thumb wrestling.
Thank you to everybody. Thumb wrestling would be amazing.
Corn nets.
What?
Eat corn nets instead of smoking.
Did you hear corn nets?
I did.
Okay, all right, but we got your point. Corn nets. And I don't like. I've probably just since I've been doing radio, I've probably quit or tried to quit smoking 8 times.
Yeah, at
9
least.
times.
I was going to say, you've done this before, and you've done it in chunks at times.
I have, but I think this maybe is only the second, maybe third time I've ever said it publicly, because I also don't like being that guy where it's like, I'm quitting smoking. Oh, you didn't hear anything about it. Oh, he failed. That's terrible. And then maybe somebody was thinking about and I think throughout the process, because this bet is for me to quit smoking for a year. And the idea is if I quit smoking for 2 months, I'm done. I'm not planning on quitting smoking for a year and then I'm
picking it back up.
I made it.
Hey,
pay me my money, and now
let me go get the carton. No. So the idea is that. But I also, if I'm going to do it, I want to turn it into something, always try to turn it into a positive for more than me. So I would say if anyone else wants to join in, you can hit me on Twitter at Carmichael Dave. My DMs are open. And maybe create like a little support group or something. I don't know. I don't think too many people smoke anymore is the thing. So it's like a few of us. Now, if I was up in like Tahoe or Reno, the whole audience would be smoking. Everybody smokes. I think little babies smoke in Reno.
It's true. They start at 5.
I've seen it at the casino. So I don't go to bed at that late, but the point is I had until 11:59 tonight to make the decision. And so far
I should get Jim Gray to host it with you.
That'll get me to quit.
The decision.
So the official bet as of right now is this: if I quit smoking for a year, the group of friends I have that have done this have put up $33,000 for me to quit smoking for a year.
Now it's up to that.
And
it's grown.
USD?
No, in pesos.
Okay, that makes more sense.
This has jumped considerably.
It has. And
do you know how many soft serve ice cream things you can buy with that?
I've already thought about it. Like,
I think that really has to be what you do is put together how you're going to spend your money.
Well, part of what I thought is that at the 1 year, I'm going to take everyone involved in that process. And I don't know if we'll do a golf trip or I'll throw a party. I'm going to do something that involves everybody, like, hey, we made it. Yay. But
you could throw an ice cream social, given that you'll have your new soft serve ice cream maker.
Banana splits.
See, how about Mike on our text line? Mike Holmes. I had to come in and show my support for you, Dave. I just quit smoking 3 months ago after 30 years.
Ooh, 30 years.
It can be done.
That is.
Good job, Mike.
Good job. Yeah, really good job, Mike. He and I are pretty much right at the exact same amount of time smoking.
30 years.
I started smoking when I was 16. So
wow.
A little less than 30 years.
And did you, like, the first time, then, like, was it on? Or was it like, I tried it once?
It's disgusting. I grew up hating smoking.
Yeah.
I grew up hating the fact that I would
So when did you start, though? I know that's the first, like, did you?
I probably started in reality 16, 17.
Okay.
And it was just
so
the
not long
dumbest
after.
thing. Like, my buddies would smoke and I'd bum one of their Camels, not the animal cigarette. And then, oh, I can have one. Okay, I can have two. And that was back when like cigarettes were like $2.50 a pack. And then it just grows and grows. And the problem is that as I've grown older, I smoke more. Like you smoke more in the course of a day to where I don't even want to say how much I smoke, but it's ridiculous. And the reality of the situation is, I mean, the sad thing is the reality of the situation. It doesn't matter if I never smoke again. I have cost myself many, many years off my, like, there's just no way around that. Like if I quit smoking today and I would have lived to 85, I'm going to, I don't know, 75, 70, I don't know. And you pay to do it. So there's gum, there's, I have the little, Nicorette, lozenges.
They have the patch still.
Yeah. The patch the patch is the one thing I know won't work for me because I need to have like, oh, I have a craving. I'm going to put the patch is a constant. It never has worked for me because it's not the instant gratification type of thing.
Sure.
So gums, lollipops, you're probably I'm going to have amazing breath. I'll tell you that much because I'm going to pound like a pack of gum a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can all make out.
Gunpowder Dave.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's scary. It's legit scary. Like it's legit.
Well, now you've said it.
Yeah.
You've got till tonight. Like you're not coming in tomorrow and go, well, you know what? I didn't do it.
It's a lot of cash, man.
It is a lot of cash.
The caveat.
You have to report that, by the way.
I made sure that it would be paid. It's paid in cash. There will be no checks involved. But the caveat on that, by the way, I should say, because the guy throwing in the biggest chunk made sure this. If I fail.
Oh, yes. Because there had to be something in it for him.
I got to give him $5,000. And let me just tell you something.
You don't want to do that.
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
That's not slipping by, Melissa. That's a lot of money. So it's like a real thing. It's like a real actual bet. And I don't plan on paying $5,000. I will just lie to him. So we'll take him. That's bad karma. I won't. All right. When we come back, listen, Tom Brady's back. Tom Brady's back and you're going to be in trouble.
Hey, now. Tom Brady's back.
Yeah, thank you. The Panthers go baking and the A's are inept, but are their fans? Maybe not. They're creative. Leading off is next.
Sactown Sports 1140 is your home of the Las Vegas Raiders for the 2022 NFL season.
Tune your dial to 1140 for all Raiders games.
Plus, you can listen online at SactownSports.com and on the Sactown Sports 1140 app.
Owning a home is a huge milestone. Whether it's your first home, you're ready to move up, you want to tap into your home's equity, well, Safe Mortgage officers are here to help you. Safe Credit Union offers competitive rates, ideal terms, and local processing to help you get into your home sooner. Safe offers the Home Advantage program, free to credit union members, connecting you to experienced local real estate agents and providing you easy searches for homes that fit your style. Apply for a Safe Home Loan today at safecu.org and let Safe put you first. Safe Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Let's do it.
It's time for Leading Off.
Brought to you by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, where for over 60 years, their name means a great deal in Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com. Here's cut number one.
Anytime you have all your guys back, you feel good, especially after the injury bug has hit lately. So we're happy to have them back.
Todd Bowles breaking it down.
Big breakdown.
The thought is, hey, are you happy to have Tom Brady back? Yes. And who wouldn't be? Listen, it's Tom stinking Brady. Just everything changed. The water tastes better. The grass is greener. And seriously, in reading like some of the articles, it was like people were like there was a noticeable change on both sides of the ball. And I do believe that idea. Like Mike Evans making a one-handed catch, the defense hustling more. Like it's like a swagger that comes back with him there. And I get it, man.
Championship pedigree for him. I think gets the best out of everybody. Obviously, he's the quarterback one. Like it's just all the things probably feel right. It's the most important position in sports. And the guy's back. So, yeah, I mean, it's still that time of year where they haven't started games yet for real, but I'm sure it felt good to have back.
I gotta think so. We don't know officially why he was gone.
Right.
Although the Masked Singer thing may have been put to rest, which is
He may have been.
I'm just gonna feel. I think part of the reason why the Masked Singer thing was so embraceable is that I think, I don't know how many people are worried, but inside I'm like, God, I hate the idea that like somebody in his family's sick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I hope it's something like the Masked Singer, not something super sad.
Yeah.
And then, then you're like,
Tom Brady did the Masked Singer? Like that. Yeah.
Right,
even that part of it.
Well, he's back. That's good news for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they're ready to kick off their next Super Bowl attempt. These next folks probably aren't, though. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
Honestly, just an unfortunate circumstance that we're both here in the same year fighting for a job, but that's the kind of guy he is. He said whatever you need in support, he's just trying to win games, and that's the mentality we've had the whole time. So I truly, truly appreciate that, and he's a great guy.
It's Baker Mayfield talking about Sam Darnold.
It's easier to say nice things when you win the job. He's an awesome backup. He's a really good guy. He's supportive of me.
He is. He's the best. And, who knows? Sam Darnold. Yeah, Baker's good too, and I'm just happy to be here. And the good Lord willing, I will help the ball club.
Right.
Baker Mayfield's your starter, QB1 in Carolina.
The fall of Sam Darnold. Right?
Yeah.
Jets top pick, number 3.
Yeah.
Now to Carolina. Can't keep that job.
Woof.
Baker's added late.
Woof.
Gets the job.
Woof.
And, of course, they open up against Cleveland. Of course.
Do you think Sam Darnold has more or less, all things factored in, does Sam Darnold have more or less value on the open market than Jimmy Garoppolo?
I think less.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd say less.
I'd say less. I just don't know
He's
about
younger,
how much.
but yeah, I don't know how much either. But I think those guys are getting you minimal return.
I agree. At this point, it's a conditional 10th round pick.
Yes.
There's not 10 rounds in there. It'll be interesting with Carolina, with Baker Mayfield and Christian McCaffrey and friends. He is quarterback 1. He has, and I remember Baker, you got Sam Darnold, who was a 3 pick. Baker Mayfield was the 1.
Right.
You got high draft picks, quarterbacks.
And a clean slate now for Baker. I mean, I think there were good moments in Cleveland, but obviously they wanted to go a different direction. I think he was hurt by that. Well, prove them wrong.
I'm in the camp that Baker Mayfield's best days are ahead of him.
Are you?
I do believe that. I think that Baker Mayfield, injuries.
Yeah.
You can say that about everybody. But I think Baker Mayfield's best days. I really, truly listen. Baker Mayfield's not going to be Drew Brees, but in the end, I think his ceiling is like Drew Brees Jr., where he's nowhere near the numbers,
right?
But similar,
but right system, right setup.
Yeah.
He's got the confidence and the swagger.
Yes, he does. I really think his best days are ahead.
But is it in Carolina?
That I don't know.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean he failed. That means the team could fail him.
Well, that's the thing. Sam Darnold goes from the Jets to Carolina. Mayfield goes from the Browns to Carolina. You just never know. Again, put either of those guys. You always say put either of those guys in Kansas City with Andy Reid.
Right.
How's that
or with Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting, when you look back at that 2018 draft, you had Baker go 1. You had Darnold go 3.
Yeah.
Josh Allen at 7.
Yeah.
Josh Rosen at 10.
Yeah.
And then all the way down there at 32, last pick of the first round.
Lamar Jackson.
Who's pretty good.
He's okay. I think he got an MVP, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they should put him at wide receiver.
Yes.
I actually think at this point they should make him a defensive back.
I think they should make them all receivers.
What?
Josh Allen, too.
All of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Allen's a big guy. Actually, Josh Allen's more of a fullback. He's a throwback type of player.
What if they made Lamar Jackson basically like kind of a Shohei Ohtani, and they just had him play quarterback and receiver?
Oh.
Like
throw to himself. He's pretty fast.
He's very
like Bugs
fast.
Bunny.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly like Bugs Bunny. And they won that game.
Bugs Bunny did?
I think so. When he was
when
quarterback.
pitching, hitting,
yeah.
Fielding. Okay.
I mean, there's a reason. I'm going to shift on the fly here with cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Sent high and deep. Left field. Backing up his half. He looks up. It's gone! Another Albert Pujols big fly. Number 693 into the bleachers at Wrigley. And the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead in the 7th inning.
Not sure how I feel about you doing that.
Listen,
there were dozens and dozens of A's fans last night.
We had the A's getting shut out in front of family and friends.
They were watching Albert Pujols too.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the best part of that clip, other than Albert Pujols hitting another home run, hitting his 7th in 7 games, approaching Ken Griffey Jr. midnight. Remember when Ken had that streak going? He's not going that far, but What was Ken up to? Like 17 or something stupid consecutive games with a home run.
Is it that many?
I saw one of them too. I saw one of them live. I happened to see one of them live at the Kingdom against the Athletics. Saw it.
What year was that? That wasn't the strike year, was it?
I think it was I want to say it was 90. It was either 92, 3, or 4.
Okay, 94 is a strike year.
92 or 93.
Were they wearing the blue and gold jersey still?
Yes.
Okay, then it was like 92.
Yes. We we had the A's there, but really isn't the best story in baseball right now Albert Pujols. And Jason, I'll say this all the time. You called it.
I've been rooting for Albert Pujols from the beginning. Once I knew he came back for one more year with the Cardinals, he was 21 away. He had I think it was June. He had a homerless month. I thought, oh man, I don't think he can get there. But now he's crazy hot. He's instrumental. They're hot. That was the only run they scored.
Yes,
but that was enough for the win. And he's really close to A-Rod, really close to 700. I think that's the Pujols watch is on.
Between July 20th and July 28th, 1993.
I just missed.
Ken Griffey Jr. hit 8 home runs in 8 straight games.
That's what I was like 17 is a lot.
Pujols is 2 games away from breaking that record.
That's crazy. Even if he ties it at this age.
Right.
Is it watching Albert doing what he's doing right now this year? Doesn't it kind of make you wonder just how much being in that Angels organization took out of him probably mentally?
Yeah, I feel like the Dodgers kind of got him recharged.
They did.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Like
then,
being around winning and actual baseball players that play well.
There's one other thing I noticed. I don't know if you guys picked up on this or not in this clip. I want to play it again.
He said high and deep, left field, backing up his half. He looks up, it's gone!
That's the Cardinals and Wrigley.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. They hate each other. But fans recognize awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, the majority of fans that were in attendance, if you could pick one thing that would happen, maybe other than a Cubs win, it would be, and maybe more than a Cubs win.
See that?
I honestly think if you polled the fans and it was a secret ballot, you're right. I think more would rather see a Pujols home run and a Cubs loss or a Cubs win and no Pujols.
Well, it's what we talked about yesterday. That's Kobe coming back to Sacramento and having one of those massive games. We go, oh, we hate Kobe, but you know what's the last time here? I like seeing that. Here's Pujols, who's tormented that team.
Yes.
And especially because the Cubs are irrelevant this year.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to see the bomb?
All right, we got to go.
Yeah, I was going to say one last thing on that. How about the rule change that helped? I mean, I don't think Pujols is playing without the DH in the NL.
100% agree.
So
it's
good
a
for him.
Great story. More on that later. Don't think we'll leave the A's out, fellas. The A's attendance is horrific. At least one couple got on base over the weekend.
Did they? I want full details.
So the
Standing
police,
triple.
So the police.
What?
We need to get out of here. We'll talk about that next.
The start of the NFL season is upon us, and Sactown Sports 1140 has all your coverage. Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and of course, all the NFL action every Sunday. Your home for the NFL all season long. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about ACR Solar. Go to acrsolar.com or call them at 916-481-7200. So we're been in our house for a long time, and our roof was an older roof once we purchased the house, but now it's basically ancient. It's seen a lot of things. It's been through those hot summers. It's been through some of our rougher winters. We've had trees that have been removed, but just the damage over time, that's what happens, right? Over time, things deteriorate, and certainly that's what happened with our roof, which I still think at this point don't even know how old it is. But after knowing that we now need a new roof and contacting multiple companies, the group that we landed on is ACR Solar. And yes, they do solar, but they do so much more. Talking to John, their owner, he was super helpful and instrumental in getting this done for us. And then certainly Joe, who's their roofing expert, Joe Peterson. Once we met with him, we realized what our course of action is, what our plan's going to be. We picked out our new color scheme and our comp roof, and we're excited to get it started. And it looks like it's starting next week. So it's happening, and we're going to live this out in real time with you. But that new roof's going to help us lower our energy bills, feel cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter, within all the insulation, everything. We're just going to feel right, and curb appeal, everything about it is going to be better. It was a position of need for us, but now it's going to be a luxury because we're going to look at that brand new roof from ACR Solar. Again, go to acrsolar.com or give them a call at 916-481-7200.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Milder start this morning. We've got plenty of sunshine in store, and the heat is on for the afternoon with highs near 100. We'll fall back into the 60s tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It only comes once a year. The spectacular Labor Day sales event at the Roseville Auto Mall. We've got thousands of vehicles to choose from, and they're all on sale. Don't miss out on the savings. It's the Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, just down the street at McConnell Estates Winery, where they're getting ready to harvest the grapes.
They are, and there's nothing better in the fields than a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab from Elk Grove Dodge.
There is one exception, Vince.
What's that?
How about a new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 that's $12,000 off MSRP?
Yeah, you've got me there. Luckily this month, during the Make This the Summer event, I've got over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, and they're all $12,000 off MSRP.
Now that's a deal that's as sweet as the grapes they're picking.
It sure is. Not only can you save $12,000, but these Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s start at only $38,940.
$38,940 for a new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4?
Yes, sir.
Should get two.
He should, but only at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge and the Oak Grove Auto Mall and online at oakgrovedodge.com.
Include $6,500 in California National Chrysler Capital Conquest and select inventory retail bonus cash. Must finance the Chrysler Capital OAC and have qualified vehicle for at least 30 days. Settled in 347916 and 9622.
When Big Mobile charges you an arm and a leg, they're taking your money and your power. And your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your power back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because we're not qualified surgeons. Unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month with autopay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Right, and the purchase markets are doing this thing and that thing. Shelby, as I always say, you're the captain of the ship that gets everybody through those waters. What's going on over at United Wholesale Lending?
We are heavily focused on purchase business right now.
This is the time of year, I know. You would think more people go and see houses, but how is that working as opposed to rates scaring people? Are we still seeing that huge influx of people going out there?
Well, there's some more inventory that's coming onto the market, and the market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Even with the interest rates going up, now the market is kind of softening up and making it easier for home buyers to get their offer accepted and also to get a better deal.
You can pre-approve them on the phone in under 15 minutes without even running their credit. But what you also do is you give them the exact things they need to knock out personally so that they can get into homes.
That's exactly right. We create a roadmap to get them in the position to buy a house.
RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRA number 01864354.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you have to drive 300 miles to your cousin's wedding. Okay, so it's his fourth. But you know what they say, fourth time's the charm. Well, here's the problem. Your tires are as bald as I am. But lucky for you, eBay Motors has tires for just about every make and model. Plus wheels, lug nuts, jack stands, and more. 122 million parts. Do they have tissues? Oh, good, because I'm definitely a crier. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
This should be 8x7.
When it comes to closets, Janina's home organization business runs tip-top tidy.
Is the schedule right? I'm going to need help.
But she needs to reorganize and find a new assistant.
I know, it's your last week, but can you make sure the Hanson pantry's wrapped?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm sure you've heard the phrase, let Safe Credit Union put you first. Well, that phrase is honest, genuine, and sincere. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Safe Credit Union. At Safe, you're not a number. You are part of a member-owned, community-focused family. Explore the benefits of saving, borrowing, and investing with a partner who puts you first. Safe Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
Live and local. Live and local. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Oh, welcome back. Steve Berman does a great job. Bay Area sports guy, now writer for The Athletic. Friend of the show, dare I say.
Yeah, close personal friend.
I know A's fans like, yeah, dude, we're lame and we're not good and we got shut out and nobody goes to our games. We know it. We get it. We here on the show, except for Jay, are very, especially with the Kings last in attendance, we're very sympathetic to that.
Yeah, so much so that you are going to your second A's game.
I will be there Sunday. My wife's birthday is on Sunday.
I mean, you've supported the club.
I've been after Sunday.
The Giants fan who hasn't been to a Giants game is going to his second A's game.
I will have been to more A's games after Sunday this season. In fact, I will have been to more A's games in almost just over a calendar month than I have Giants games in the last 5 years. Just saying. I'm doing my part, and I represent, being that I'm bringing somebody each time, I actually represent, I think, 34% of A's attendance this year. I'm going. She saw when I went with my dad, and so she wanted to do the same thing. And lo and behold, the next time those tickets were available was for your Yankees.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
Maybe you're going to see Aaron Judge at home.
I think I just might see. Well, I know we'll see him too, and he's going to be Lord. Aaron's getting Lord. So, according to Steve Berman, paid attendance at the Coliseum last night was 2,630. That's not the lowest number this season. The lowest number was 2,488 May 2nd against the Rays. It's the fourth game this season where the A's have been below 3,000 paid attendance. And I will tell you, the game I went to against the Astros, A's won. Great game. I'm undefeated, by the way. A's fans. But you look around the Coliseum, and I know it wasn't the case, but it's serious. I'm not joking. It literally, you look around, and it looks like there's maybe 700 people there. I know it's more, but because it's such a big place, and people are so spread out, and in some cases, what I thought was great, what I enjoyed was that Mount Davis, that was completely closed.
Right, nothing's gonna be up there.
There were like 3 sections in the outfield that we counted, my dad and I, where there's like one person or 2 people to the whole, which kind of has to be cool. You have the whole section to yourself, and in one case, you may try to take advantage of that,
right?
As a couple did
over the weekend.
Yeah. A couple allegedly engaged in in an act that you would not be able to show on network television.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We all get
correct.
Okay.
An act you can't do in public places.
And they went to the top row.
Very top.
Yeah. And the dude's looking out over the bay.
He's got a beautiful view.
He's enjoying the game. He's got a best view.
Yes.
And well, let me just say nothing absolutely unrelated to this whatsoever. Let me underline that. Coming up at 3 for Madness, a man was spotted using a hot dog as a straw in a beer.
Oh, yeah, unrelated. Okay, I got you.
Back to this story.
Yes.
New topic.
Yeah.
So the police now, because this is what you want the cops doing in the Bay Area, especially, like this is top of the list. They are launched. This is their words. They have launched a probe into the matter. Quote, the Oakland Police Department was not alerted to this until after the game. We have initiated an investigation. If charged and ultimately convicted, we're told the penalty for the offense is up to 6 months behind bars and or a fine of up to $1,000. What if they caught them and they both went to jail for 6 months and got fined $1,000? I got to be honest, the jail time, but I find myself thinking, $1,000 fine. I mean, that's a lot of money,
especially given you probably paid $1 for the ticket.
Right. What's the craziest thing you've ever done in a game? I don't know where to go there other than the video's out there. I suggest you don't watch it. Things happen. Back in the 70s, this would be fine.
Yeah, I don't think this will happen at any of the games you go to this weekend.
No.
Or the one game with the Yankees there.
There's security up there now.
Actually, looking at the games they have remaining, this is probably their peak for the worst attendance. Yeah. It's Miami. There's no real draw there. It's the beginning of the week. They have the Yankees. The Mets still come in. Angels. This is it.
I mean, for the A's, I'm going to throw this out there. See if the dog licks it up. The 3 biggest stories of this season are, number 1, like losing trading players and
yes,
all that. Number 2, their horrible attendance. And number 3, couples engaging in bad acts in the outfield.
I think that's the top story. When you talk about in-game, seriously.
Speaking of, and I always want to be careful here because we here at on the show respect all cultures. Mm-hmm. So we're in no way making fun. Who are we to judge, right? You do your own judging. I'm just going to read this story, but sort of related to this. The World Cup is happening in Qatar this November. If you plan on going and you're single, you better not engage in anything because premarital sex there is illegal. And if you are a single person, and I don't know how you would catch this, but regardless, if you are caught having relations in Qatar during the World Cup and you are not married, you can face up to 7 years in prison.
Wow.
So just a heads up. No, again, no judgment. Just giving a heads up, like a public service announcement.
Yes.
To our audience.
So you know what you're getting into.
If you were going to Qatar for the World Cup, don't do it. I mean, just don't. Also, if you're planning to go there and
go
have a couple of drinks when your team, there's no alcohol at all. No, there's no.
The dry World Cup.
It is. The World Cup is filled with ice water.
It's empty.
Maybe. And by the way, I found out this morning Jay hates iced tea, not the rapper. I actually was asking him. I said, "Is iced tea underrated?" I was talking about the rapper. He thought I was talking about the drink, and he said, "No, I hate iced tea." To which I responded, "Really, you hate iced tea?" Oh, hand and back down
2-1.
Oh my God, boy, did I misread that? I thought you were prepping for the hand wave. To Jay, you hate.
I'm hand waving you.
You both hate iced tea?
Yeah.
Not the rapper?
Not the rapper.
The drink?
The drink. Only with an Arnold Palmer is it acceptable. Slightly. It's got to be
acceptable.
It's got to be heavier. It's got to be 70% lemonade, 30% iced tea, not 50-50.
I go 85-15.
I'm probably with that number better.
I'm alone on iced tea islands.
Yeah.
You with your by marriage Southern roots, and you don't like not even sweet tea? Sitting on a porch in New Orleans
just
with
golf
a
tea.
pitcher of sweet tea. You don't like sweet tea? I mean, I understand like plain cold tea. That's weird and bitter. You.
Wow. Shots fired.
Do you think you make a good tea that either Jay and I would like?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know, because if you don't like, I will tell you this, I make a wonderful sweet tea. I do. I've perfected it. The trick to making a really good sweet tea is you have to boil the water with the sugar in it so it completely dissolves. It makes almost a syrup. Then you steep the tea in there, but not too long because it'll get bitter. And then here's the trick. A teaspoon of baking soda. It softens it.
Okay.
It softens.
Yeah, Mary Poppins says it makes the medicine go down.
It does.
No, Mary Poppins did not say a spoonful of baking soda makes the medicine go down.
She did.
Was that the alternate version?
Yes.
That's the real version.
All right, we'll take a break.
You're listening to the remix again.
Yes.
The father of Friday Night Lights has passed away, and to honor him, almost said celebrate, to honor him. We've asked a lot on this show about sports movies. I don't think we've ever asked about best sports TV shows. Take the break, think hard, and everybody come up with their favorite or what they think is the best.
I already have it.
Sports. I just said take the break and think about it. We'll be back right after this.
You ask for more 49ers coverage, and Sactown Sports 1140 listen.
Bang, bang,
Let's go Niner gang.
Get all the latest 49ers news and notes online at SactownSports.com. Plus, make sure to follow us on IG at Sactown1140 for Emil Fragoso's live post-game show following every game.
That is what we expect out of the Niner gang. Niners win!
Your home for the most 49ers coverage in Sacramento. Sactown Sports 1140.
Celebrate the crowning of the NTT IndyCar Series champion at the season finale Firestone Grand Prix of Monterey at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, September 9th through 11th. International athletes hitting 180 miles per hour as they roar by. Experience autograph sessions, Ferris wheel, go-karts, and delicious Monterey cuisine. And don't miss IndyCars descending the famous corkscrew at astounding speed and accuracy. Tickets are on sale at WeatherTechRaceway.com. Don't miss IndyCar racing at the season finale September 9th through 11th. It's the fastest action in America.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friends at American Energy, and you know now's the time to replace your system, and you can get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation, 0% financing, and payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Offer expires 8/31. Don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, your second opinion partner.
Billy Currington is coming back to SAC with Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park too. And he's bringing some friends, Russell Dickerson. And more. September 24th at Hart Health Park in Cal Expo. Tickets start at just $35 or upgrade your experience to the All Access Pass for $100. Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 24th at Hart Health Park in Cal Expo. Brought to you by Lasher's Outgrove Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Tickets and details at SactownSports.com.
When the world's best players get fitted for new golf clubs, they want to see their ball flight outdoors. Why should you settle for any less? The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is the area's unquestioned leader in delivering a new age of golf club fitting to Northern California. With 14 trained, skilled professionals to show you how to hit the ball farther and straighter, satisfied customers have increased their yardage, improved their games, and gained confidence. Call 916-808-2531 to get started. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Individual rates, coverage, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. Small businesses are the backbone of America. Yet when it comes to workers' comp insurance, you rarely get the savings you deserve. That's because insurance companies tend to lump you in with other businesses, and you could get overcharged. At Pi Insurance, we're on a mission to change that. With Pi, you get a quote specific to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. If you like savings, take 3 minutes to see how much you could save at trypi.com. Pi makes workers' comp insurance as easy as pie, with friendly representatives just a call away. No wonder customers rate our service excellent on Trustpilot. You work hard to build your business and keep your employees safe. You deserve more from your workers' comp provider. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote today at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about Quick Quack Car Wash. Now, I know you've seen one of the many locations that's around Northern California. So make today the day you stop by and see what Quick Quack Car Wash can provide for you. For me, it's one of those situations where it's like a life hack because our lives, my life, it's extremely busy. I know yours is the same. We have all that chaos going on, whether it's family, friends, work, life, right? It gets in the way of a lot of things, but help defy those expectations by keeping your car clean. That's keeping your life clean as well. And Quick Quack Car Wash can do that for you. And I've told you time and time again, to me, it's all about the vibe, the way you're treated from the moment you drive up to all the way through with that clean car. The energy, the atmosphere, it's just a good time. Like to bring the family to enjoy the overall experience because we all do. So with that said, with all the locations in Northern California, we will see you very soon at a Quick Quack Car Wash near you.
Stimulating conversation about kitchen gadgets and baseball cards.
I think that's really crazy interesting.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Jay, I asked Dave if he was going to smoke all the cigarettes today.
Probably. He seems like the type.
You know, if tomorrow's the big day to stop, maybe today get in 100. I don't know how many in one day he could do, but
I feel like that's not a great idea. It kind of defeats the purpose. But hey,
that's true.
It's not my life. Also, have your best sports TV show.
Yes.
See if we're on the same page, Jason.
You guys are outnumbered.
Are we?
I'm sorry, I was late, but I was doing show research.
We're outnumbered on Sweet Tea?
Yeah.
No,
tea in general.
I don't know.
On this floor.
Okay. Mike Barnbaum's with us.
Why do you make that look?
Because that disappoints me. Come on, Mike. Come on. Dave, I'm with Jason and J. Mars. Why am I reading it like that? Dave, I'm with Jason and J. Mars. I do not like, now it sounds like a Dr. Seuss. I do not like iced tea either. When it comes to my beverages of choice, I am natural iced coffee, as opposed to artificial iced coffee?
Yes.
Okay. Chocolate milk.
Nice.
I mean, I can, apple juice.
Okay, I haven't had that forever. It's good.
You know what I had the other day? I had one. Remember those little plastic globes of apple juice with the white cap?
Yeah.
Is that Martinelli's as
I
well?
think
I know
it
it's
is.
not carbonated, but
Here's something I didn't know because friends of ours brought them over for their kids and stuff. So I had one. Screw you, kids. Here's what I didn't know. Did you know that if you bite the side of them, it sounds like you're biting into an apple?
What? Aren't they glass?
I think there's some sort of like weird plastic.
Oh.
Both my kid and their kid knew this, and they bit it. I had them bite into them like 5 times. It sounds exactly like an apple. So I'm telling you, somebody out there is going to back me up.
Okay,
on
I've
this.
only maybe I thought they were always glass, like a
I did
glass
too.
globe. All right,
I don't
It's
get
different.
Best sports TV shows go.
Grape juice, Gatorade 0 and 1.
Not a
Gatorade
show.
0 is trash.
It is trash. It's water.
Jason Ross, what is your favorite sports? By the way, we should say this. Coach Gary Gaines, at 73 years old, passed away. His was the story that was written about in the novel and the movie Friday Night Lights, the TV show as well. Most famous for his time at Odessa Permian, which they got to the 88 book, later the movie and the TV series. So best television sports show. Jason Ross.
Okay, we're doing like stuff that's written for TV, not something like Sports Center or Kenny and Chuck.
Yeah. No, this is a script. I mean, in my opinion,
show.
Scripted television.
Because, so for example, okay, so Hard Knocks, if that was yours, wouldn't count, right? Or would?
Correct.
Okay.
When you were saying, think about it during the break, the show that just kept coming to my head in my mind from when I was a kid, and I don't know if either of you have ever seen this show. White Shadows.
White Shadows. I think
I loved White Shadows.
I think generationally that would win with a lot of people.
And it was before my time, but I remember rerun seeing it, and I'm like, this show is great.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it is, or if that's one of those things when I was a kid and there's nostalgia to it.
Right.
But White Shadows, the first one that jumped out to me.
Jay Mars.
Coach.
Oh, great show.
Loved Coach.
Great show, Jay. That's a good call.
We count that as a sports show, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Who made that? Dauber or the
Luther
Van Dyke? Yes.
Luther Van Dam.
Yes. That's a great one.
Here's the thing, and I can only give you my word that this would have been my answer, but my favorite sports, first off, the funniest is Eastbound and Down. Like I love Kenny Powers. I love that.
I loved Eastbound and Down.
It's so good. It's so funny. It missed a little bit in its second season, no lie, but it got it back a little in its third season. But honestly, and I'm not just doing this to do it, I would have told this would have been my answer a week ago. It's for me, it's Friday Night Lights. I love that show. And Kyle Chandler, who played the coach.
Yeah.
I think he made that whole show. There were other, great performances. I don't know the lady that played his wife. I probably should have looked that up, but their interaction was amazing. Michael B. Jordan, by the way, was in Friday Night Lights. You might remember. I loved it. And a big reason why an underrated reason why I think Friday Night Lights was so good. I forget the name of, there's like a group it was like exploding fireworks or I'll find it out that did the score to it. The music to Friday Night Lights was really different and interesting. And I think added to the show.
No answers for Ted Lasso.
So I looked at Ted Lasso. I didn't forget about Ted Lasso. I would probably put my top 3. And you could switch all these around except Friday Night Lights, but Eastbound and Down and Ted Lasso.
You'll probably remember this show, Dave, and I didn't see it. I heard it was so well written. It wasn't on that long. It was basically a playoff of SportsCenter, and it was in the 90s, early 2000s. Sports Night, maybe?
Sports Night, Aaron Sorkin.
I heard it was really good.
This was it.
I didn't see it, but I heard it was really good.
So Sports Night was Aaron Sorkin's lead into the West Wing. Boy, did you get me down a rabbit hole now. And I'm a huge Aaron Sorkin guy. And it had a lot of the similar characters. Timothy Busfield was in there. Yeah. And a few others that carried over.
So it wasn't funny? Or it had
There
funny
were
elements?
funny times and funny elements. Yes. And then after West Wing, so you had Sports Night, then you had West Wing, and then you had after West Wing when Aaron left and he had drug issues and a lot of personal problems, which helped exit him from West Wing. He did that show you may remember on NBC, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, which was partially autobiographical. The thing with Sports Night, in my opinion, is that I think sometimes it was a little too Sorkin-y. And what I mean by that is he just it was too smart to be entertaining at times. He was going for the smart more than he was going.
You can say that about Newsroom too.
You can. The Newsroom, in my lifetime, there are 3 shows on television that the best opens. You know, like a book or a TV show, it takes you a while to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 shows to me that had me from the very, very first episode and really the first scene, ABC's Lost, NBC's The Blacklist, and Newsroom. Jeff Daniels' monologue, which is replayed all over the place, basically is America's not the greatest country in the world. Whether you agree with what he's saying or not, it doesn't matter. It was captivating. It was Aaron Sorkin almost at its best.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this, some other things, I would say some other shows in the sports world, The League, my wife loves that.
I love The League.
I fully acknowledge that I need to watch The League because I've heard nothing but wonderful things about it.
It's really good. Just know there's some slow moments, but it's really good.
Cobra Kai?
Love Cobra Kai.
I mean, that should be in there. Playmakers.
I didn't really care for Playmakers.
No.
I think there's a reason it only got 1 season.
Text line saying Brockmeyer. I've not seen that.
I've heard a lot. Again, I've heard wonderful things about Brockmeyer. And by the way, to your point about Sports Night, I do think there is room for a Sports Center-esque. There's a show called The Morning Show on Apple with Jennifer Aniston. It's actually really, really good.
I really enjoy that show.
I would like to see that kind of take on Sports Center. I think there's room for a show like that out there. We got a home run watch in baseball, and, well, Aaron Judge isn't even the biggest draw there, in my opinion. We'll explain all that next.
Breaking news, the latest happenings with your favorite teams.
You ever wonder about what the heck all these kids are doing on computers all the time?
Stay up to date with all of it by following us on Instagram and Twitter.
Excuse me, gentlemen, a little update for you.
At Sactown 1140.
To commit to men in divorce. Though intended as a compliment, such statements have always bothered me. For one thing, it's far from clear that a decision that's likely to disaffect half the market is a good business decision. But more troubling is the presumption that Cordell & Cordell's success is largely a result of good marketing. I think if you ask one of our 300-plus attorneys or one of our 100,000-plus former clients, that you'd hear a lot about practice skills, experience, client care, and integrity. These are the much harder things that best account for the growth and reputation over time of any law firm, including Cordell & Cordell. Having said all this, I am proud of our marketing messages, and I do want guys to know that we're here to help them. If we can help you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Sacramento area attorneys. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Milder start this morning. We've got plenty of sunshine in store, and the heat is on for the afternoon with highs near 100. We'll fall back into the 60s tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
New Kia inventory has been arriving at Folsom Lake Kia. Check out the deals on all the new Kia models. You can even buy with 0 down with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your family-owned Kia dealership for over 20 years.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, talking about positionless basketball. It features players who shoot well from beyond the arc, can defend multiple positions, and would thrive in a pass-happy system. The way the players rely on each other is similar to how the body works when supported by Good Feet arch supports. By supporting all four arches, the foot, knees, hips, and low back become properly aligned so that each can do their job pain-free. If you have foot-related pain, it's time to get serious. Good Feet makes over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities of arch supports. So your solution is waiting. Visit Good Feet now for a free, no obligation, personalized fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet arch supports. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto online. Goodfeet.com.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
The more we learn about COVID-19, the more questions we have. The biggest question now? What's next? What will COVID bring in 6 months? A year? If you're feeling anxious about the future, you're not alone. Cal Hope offers free COVID-19 emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Oh, are you seeing these readings? This is incredible.
Short-staffed, Marco's climate research facility is in the eye of the storm. The atmospheric pressure to find more weather specialists is mounting.
Man, this is going to be a big job. We're going to need a bigger team.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
1, 2, 3. This is KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings. It's Sactown Sports 1140. When it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140. Breaking news.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I know for some of you, I don't care, but this guy.
It stings, obviously.
obviously to have 3 runner-ups so far in my career in majors, but, keep knocking on that door. I mean, we're obviously doing the right things. I'd pay a lot of money for about 1.5 inches, and I'd probably be a 3-time major champion at this point. So, we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, that's the voice of Will Zalatoris. Will not be in the Tour Championship. He pulled out last week due to a back injury. His medical team found that he has 2 herniated discs.
Oh, man.
So he won. I mean, what an up and down for him. He finally broke through. I mean, he had such a wonderful, wonderful season. Really, really broke through, but he at one point actually had he had made the most money, broken the record for the most money on tour for a year without winning. Mm-hmm. Then he finally breaks through and wins in a thrilling fashion. And then he hurts his back the following week, and now he's got to pull out. I want to say he was neither going to be number 2 or number 3 in the rankings going in, which means he would have been just a few shots behind the leader going in, Scotty Scheffler. And now he's got to pull out. So Will Zalatoris' season is over. Amazing young golfer. By the way, did you know this? Really, really good friends and a playing partner of Tony Romo's. He and Tony Romo both.
Oh, really?
Tony's known him since he was much younger and much less well known, and that's Tony credits Will a lot with how good he's gotten. They play all the time back home in Texas. So either way, that stinks. You never want to see that. We've talked about this before, Jason, and no one listens to us. You really do need to outlaw injuries.
Yes,
like actually
permanently
make them illegal and arrest people.
Yeah,
In the meantime, this guy ain't injured at all.
Set high and deep, left field, backing up his half. He looks up, it's gone! Another Albert Pujols big fly, number 693, into the bleachers at Wrigley. And the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead in the 7th inning.
7 times in 7 games.
Yes.
42?
He's 42 years of age. 693, closing in on A-Rod, closing in on 700.
It's developing into. I mean, really, honestly, this is to me the story of the baseball year.
Yeah, the rest of the way can he get to? I mean, it's such a great number, and then the way he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a couple of games where he didn't homer, but he's had 2 in 2 games twice here. I mean, 7 and he's been a big part of their offense.
He's now got all he has to do 7 home runs. He's hit 7 in his last 7.
Yeah.
He now has to hit 7 in the next 41.
Right.
And by the way, if he hits a home run today, he ties Ken Griffey Jr.'s record for most consecutive home runs in games, which is insane.
Well, I don't know if he'll tie because he has a couple games where he didn't homer.
Who, Pujols?
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. I thought
he had 2 twice, if that makes sense. So he's had 2 empty games.
Oh, you're right.
But doubled up twice.
You are correct. When I saw 7 and 7,
yeah.
I went, oh yeah, 7 and 7. Okay, never mind, Albert.
Unless he
failure.
starts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But as on the text line or maybe YouTube chat said, well, what if he keeps going? He said this is his last season, but the way he's playing, you would think the Cardinals may even want to use him again. I mean, catching Babe Ruth would be pretty cool. I don't think he's going to get all the way to 762. That seems too far, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, 762. Yeah, that's
because 21 this year seemed like a big hurdle, and now how hot he's gotten.
So if he hit 21, he's at 700, which means he would need to play at that pace if he hit 21 every year another 3 years.
Yeah, that part's not happening.
Isn't it better to go out? I mean, he wouldn't be going out on top. But like let's say he hits 704 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that means you hit 25 home runs in your final year. Go out,
sure. And especially it depends on what the Cardinals do in the postseason and what kind of role he has. But it's a pretty storied career to go back to St. Louis, the place he's most loved, done most of the damage of his career, and end it there.
And the Cardinals can help him because he has 41 games left right now. Cardinals make the postseason. Those home runs count.
No, postseason home runs don't.
Postseason home runs don't count? Really?
I don't believe so. No.
Jay?
No, they don't count.
How do I not know that? Hold on a second. So all the World Series home runs Barry Bonds hit never counted against his all-time record? I have been hosting sports shows for a long time. I was this many days old when I learned postseason home runs do not count in your overall. Wow. I wonder how many total home runs Barry Bonds has then. Is he closer to 800?
No. There was a time, remember, he wasn't hitting that many in the postseason.
He sucked in the postseason. He's got to be around 770 something.
We can look it up.
I didn't know. Wow, what a weird thing to not know. Baseball fan my whole life, hosting sports shows half my life, and I didn't know what an idiot.
Because where would you put them? Like at Bonds, the year he hit, 73 in the postseason, he hit 10 more. He doesn't get 83.
Well, see, in my stupid brain, I was like, well, yeah, it doesn't count that's the regular season record, but the postseason counts in your overall, because that makes sense, Dave. Is that worth breaking news? Probably not. Aaron Judge, his home runs are currently counting. Aaron Judge is really good at hitting home runs.
Swung on, hit in the air to right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a Judgian blast. All rise. Here comes the Judge.
By the way, Bonds has 9 in the postseason.
So, yeah, 771.
Sure.
Yeah. Barry Bonds has 771 home runs. Still hasn't caught Sadahiro, who had 800 and something. But I guess we don't count home runs in the Japanese league. I guess that's what we don't do. Aaron Judge has a lot of home runs himself. The Yankees have maybe figured their lives out.
I don't know. They've not played that well, but at least they beat, and he hit it off Scherzer.
Yes.
And that was nice.
They won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
One against the Blue Jays and now start out against. By the way, I want to point out, too, that Aaron Judge, let me give you the Yankees are in first place. The Yankees are thought of as either the best or one of the best teams in baseball. Let me give you the team leaders for major categories offensively. Obviously, Aaron Judge is leading the team in home runs at 47, which means that Aaron Judge is most likely, and he is leading the team in RBI at 103. He's also leading the team in batting average at 295, on-base percentage at 393, and total hits at 131. So, I mean, he's having a very neat year. How is he not really having an MVP year?
He is.
Yeah.
He's a front runner.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
He's leading the league in home runs by 13. He's one RBI ahead of Pete Alonso. So you got both RBI leaders.
Yeah.
Both league leaders playing for New York teams. He's having a wonderful year. And by the way, speaking of the Mets, Francisco Lindor, remember when he showed up in that huge deal and sucked?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not sucking.
He's been great.
84 RBI for him. So, yeah, he is absolutely Aaron Judge having a wonderful year, having an MVP level season. Funny thing, Aaron Judge is 19th in the league in batting average. That's the thing. Right now, Paul Goldschmidt, who is most likely, I would say, your MVP in the National League, 337. That is a major league leading by 10 points. 337, 31 home run, 100 RBI. Wow. It certainly sounds like, I mean, when you look at his 31 home runs, he very much trails Aaron Judge, but I believe he has the National League lead. Those are your MVPs, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Goldschmidt and
Judge. Yeah. By the way, Pujols postseason home runs 19.
See, it's already over.
You want them counted?
I want postseason home runs counted because in order to make the postseason, don't you have to be good? You have to be a part of that. You should have that opportunity. That's garbage.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So Pujols is the more significant home run chase of the two. I mean, I don't think Judge isn't going to get to. I think the bigger thing is if for Yankee lore, can he catch Roger Maris at 61? Because he's not getting to Bonds.
So he's got to hit 14 and 40-ish games to catch Maris. He's not catching Bonds. I mean, he could, but
he could
by
it'd be crazy hot.
He'd have to have like the home run streak of his life.
Yeah,
but he'd be able to do it. I just don't know if anybody's ever going to catch him. Well, I mean, at this rate, I don't know. The way baseball is going, you may see a bunch of people catch Barry Bonds' single season record because everything is geared towards home runs.
Yeah.
Every pitching, everything.
I mean, when you were growing up, I'm growing up, 61 seemed like there's no way anyone will ever do. When someone got close to 40 or to 50, it was like, wow. Remember when Cecil Fielder hit 50? I thought that was the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
and 50. I won't say it's super common, but it's happened a decent amount.
Yadier Molina rejoined the Cardinals after he traveled to his native Puerto Rico for the end of his basketball team's championship run. He owns the Vaqueros de Bayamon, who play in the Baloncesto, or no, it's probably Baloncesto, Superior National League, whatever. They beat San German is probably it. I'm getting all my, I want to get the pronunciations right. 75-61. They clinched the title. Molina was placed on the restricted list Saturday, missed the final 2 games of the St. Louis weekend sweep in Arizona, and is now in the starting lineup for the opener of a 5-game series they're in right now versus the Cubs. We talk about culture, and we talked yesterday about Miami Heat culture with Udonis Haslem. Is Benji Molina the Udonis Haslem of Benji Molina's? Yadier Molina's, excuse me, not Benji.
Yadier Molina, the Udonis Haslem of Yadier Molina.
Yes. It's kind of similar, right? Like the Cardinals are kind of similar with that Miami Heat culture.
Yes.
They're just always there.
They're always there. They treat their veteran like age isn't a big deal. They bring back Pujols. He's being productive for them. Carpenter's been great for them forever. Molina, the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a winning culture for sure.
They're in the middle of this race, and they let their team leader, hey, go watch your basketball team in Puerto Rico for a couple of days and miss a couple games. That's fun. And then guess what? They end up sweeping the Diamondbacks, and Molina got himself a little bit of rest.
Maybe he's on the Masked Singer down there.
That would be amazing. There's still a part of me that refuses to believe Tom Brady was not on the Masked Singer. Also, the Dodgers and Max Muncy is good news for Jay. $13.5 million 1-year contract for Max Muncy. It also includes a $10 million club option for 2024. And when I first saw that, I was like, wow, that's kind of cheap for Max Muncy. But then I looked and I saw he's batting 192. Here comes Jack. I knew that.
But it's had a really good August.
And it'll be important in October.
I mean, if he's had a really good August, then that 192 was markedly worse, I guess.
Skyrocketed to 192.
No, literally. He's been bad. I mean, fighting through injuries all year.
Has Max Muncy become the Cody Bellingers of, I don't know. But didn't Max
Muncy's become the Cody Bellingers of Dave Roberts, of Raul Mondesi's, of Sandy Koufax.
I just feel like, didn't Cody Bellinger just kind of fall off a cliff 2 years ago?
Yes, and he has not gotten back on said cliff.
That's so
From
weird.
his MVP year to
From his MVP year to that. Yeah. Urban Meyer is back.
Yay.
Kobe Bryant would have been 44 today. And the only thing you'll see at a ballpark grosser than the A's offense happened yesterday. No, not that thing at the A's ballpark. This was in New York. We'll tell you about it next.
You want more Kings coverage? Sactown Sports 1140's giving it to you.
I like the Monk deal a lot. The Kevin Herter one, you got control of a guy who, around the league, people still think he's a pretty good player.
Impressions, let's start with the Kings' top pick, Keegan Murray. What do you think of him? And you obviously knew him well at Iowa.
Yeah, I thought he was terrific. I called efficient and versatile. He's going to make shots. He's an elite jump shooter.
Log on to SactownSports.com for exclusive content. SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and it's amazing how the housing market has shifted so quickly over the last few months, and having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. Of course, it's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. You can check him out at refinancewithshelby.com. Shelby's team, well known in the real estate market, from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. That makes all the difference. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front, so you can compete with the cash offers. They're local, fast, and competitive. Even with rates rising slightly from their record lows, there's been an increase in inventory. The market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. The team at United Wholesale Lending could pre-approve you over the phone in under 15 minutes without even running your credit. Refinancewithshelby.com. That's refinancewithshelby.com. NLS number 279051, BRE number 01864354.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Magnus on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Question 1.
I think most sports show hosts would hide and cower from their failures. I embrace them.
Not you.
There's got to be some sort of punishment for Me going my entire life with this as my career, not knowing postseason home runs didn't count.
You know what? I think you should give up smoking for a year because of it.
Oh, that's an idea.
Talking about me having I said I should run a lap. Jason, when was the last time you ran a lap? I said, none of your business. Probably high school.
It's been a minute.
I haven't run a lap since then, I'm sure.
Somewhere.
When chased.
A lap is such an open-ended too. Like a lot of times you think of a track, but
yes,
sure.
Hey, go take a lap, and sometimes like there's no. Where do I go?
Does it count if I ran stairs? I did that.
I'll count it.
I did that like 6 years ago.
You ran stairs?
I did.
These?
No, it was at a
stadium,
high school. Where was it?
Why?
Antelope High School.
Oh, the 3 steps they have.
Because I was going to this like CrossFit thing with my wife. And so like they had us doing like.
But you did CrossFit?
I did something to get me off my rear.
Got it.
And so like I was like
clearly lasted.
I was dragging like I did it for a better part of a year.
Okay.
You like drag chains, like super heavy chains. Those are the battle ropes, bro. Did them. Bro. Carried. Like had to lift up barrels and put it was just
you were like the strongman.
Yeah, I think the whole idea was like
kegs.
Yeah, it keeps you interested.
Yeah.
It changes
Clearly
it up.
kept you interested.
Listen to mealy mouth Dingleberry.
Wow.
You're just lobbing stuff from the steps that
I'm
I used
not
to
lobbing anything.
Here's kept you interested. Sure lasts long. You fat bastard.
I would have thought the smoking and the quitting had started this morning the way you're just a little
Oh, wait till tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Leave me alone.
That soon?
I don't know. I don't know what happens. Why is there not smoking rehab? Like legit.
I bet there is.
You think so?
Probably.
You can, like check in.
Someone will pay. People will pay a lot of money for that. So someone will have formed that.
It's got to be like a Betty Ford equivalent, Betty Ford clinic for smokers, where like they just have gums and lollipops and rubber bands everywhere.
It's Virginia Slims.
Yeah.
Actually, Virginia Chevrolet is where the smokers go.
3 for madness. I'm Jay Myers. Question 1.
In the classic Friday news dump move, last Friday afternoon, Fox quietly announced that they have rehired Urban Meyer to be a part of their college football broadcast team. Good move or nah?
This is one of those artists. Like, first off, I can't stand Urban Meyer. Let's just get that out of the way. I think he's a wiener. Just a wiener.
The answer is no.
But
no, he's not a good broadcaster.
I think he's a good analyst.
Do you? Do you sit there and go, I'm really riveted on what Urban Meyer is telling me right now?
I think Kirk Herbstreit's the best analyst in college football. I'm not here to say Urban Meyer's a second. But I think that I can't deny that Urban Meyer has a tremendous football mind. Like, he's been successful every college place he's been. So does he have the qualifications to be a national college football analyst? Yes. I get it.
The stench is still there,
but it just kind of smells a little bit.
Exactly.
But, Nick Saban quit on the Miami Dolphins. So
okay.
And
I'm just saying, like,
then coach the Alabama Crimson Tide to amazing record year after year.
Maybe Urban Meyer's? This is Urban Meyer's in his Nick Saban Miami Dolphins phase.
He's ready to get 10 Emmys coming up.
Urban Meyer is the Nick Saban of Bear Bryant's, right?
No, I'd leave Bear Bryant out of that. He never quit on anyone. Nick Saban is the Nick Saban.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer is the Nick Saban of Tony La Russa's. It's not an exact match. We'll work on that.
There's some definite parallels there.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go Urban Meyer's the John Gruden.
Oh, there it is.
Something.
Yes. Urban. Yeah, but then there's other stuff with John Gruden. There's some with Urban
Meyer.
Meyer. He might be onto something. Then poor Nick Saban's getting a bad rap. Number 2.
Question 2.
The late, great Kobe Bryant would have celebrated his 44th birthday today. What kind of impact on the sports world do you think Kobe would have today?
So, like, help me out. Again, I want a little clarity because Kobe Bryant, it's like he was in the sports world not that long ago. Like,
and like so many players still, that's their guy that they idolize.
Are you saying, like, if Kobe was a rookie today and his career started?
Maybe just what is he still doing to sport? Like, I think he'd have a real big impact on the women's game.
I thought he would have been a head coach in the WNBA.
100%,
head coach.
100%. I think he would be really active in growing the women's game. He already was. So I completely agree with you.
I think he'd still be doing like those films, documentaries, sports, something.
He would be following like parallel to LeBron. He'd have a production company, because Kobe Bryant can access anyone at any time. So he'd have a production company there, and then I think eventually he would move into team ownership. I could see Kobe Bryant owning a team. So, and by the way, not necessarily an NBA team. Like, for example, I could see Kobe Bryant buying an Italian soccer team. You ever want to see, there's a clip I tweeted earlier this morning, and I think it might just be the best inside the NBA clip in history. It's where the fake clip of Kobe jumping over the car going 100 miles an hour, and then Kenny Smith tries and gets laid out by the car while Kobe is watching after the game. I laughed at that so hard, and I still do. But if you ever want to watch what I think is the greatest Kobe clip, it has nothing to do with him on the court. Kobe Bryant one time, and I think multiple times in his press conferences, and in this one in particular, he answered questions in like 3 different languages. I think it was Italian, English, and Spanish, and he just moved seamlessly in and out and in and out. It was that Kobe intellect that I think was the most underrated thing about him.
That's the thing I think I could see him doing too, is I think he was so driven, so focused, and gifted as far as the intellect you're talking about. I could see him also as, I don't know if motivational speaker is the right term, but almost like in a speaker series that he traveled internationally and not only promoted sports, but just work ethic. His brand of thinking was pretty unique.
Is it fair to say that Kobe Bryant was more of a diet Michael Jordan when it came to the game itself? He's not Michael.
Right.
But he's in the vicinity of Michael's accomplishments on the floor, in the general vicinity.
Yeah, he is.
He's the closest thing we have to, I think,
so much of his game was patterned after Michael.
Exactly. And he's the closest thing I think we may ever have to Michael's obsession.
Mm-hmm.
But where he might pull even or even pass Michael in certain aspects, and obviously not in the endorsements, it just seemed like he wasn't as much of a you-know-what as Michael.
It's called likability factor. He had much more likability to him than Michael Jordan. I agree.
Yeah. All right, number 3.
Question 3.
We agreed on something.
Yeah.
That was weird. A man was spotted at Yankee Stadium carving out a hole out of a hot dog at the top and bottom with the straw, and then proceeded to use the hot dog as the straw for his beer. Food hack or disgusting?
All right. So I really tried to find a way to side with this guy, because obviously it's disgusting and weird. First off, no way you're going to look good doing that.
No.
Yeah, it's just not a good visual.
Think that one through. That's number 1. It's like trying to eat a banana in public. You just gotta live with it.
Is there any chance this was a plant?
Oh yes, I actually think it was.
Because he's on the edge of the aisle.
Yeah,
it was filmed pretty conveniently. He brought a straw. Like, you don't get a straw with a beer.
I do. No, you don't.
So he had a straw?
I do think it was a plant.
Okay.
But
clever,
and still worth talking about.
Yes, of course.
So I tried to look at it as okay, I know people put fruit in their beer, and when it comes to a hot, so you're adding a little bit of salt, and I could see it's one of those don't knock it till you
cook meat and beer sometimes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But
you cook it though.
Yeah, it's just
gross.
So wrong. It breaks.
I think it's the look. I don't think would the beer taste that differently?
I mean, I don't like beer, but should we?
Yeah.
I'm not going to try it. Put it that way.
Here's the problem. Here's what's keeping me from going all in on this guy. You ever bite off both ends of a piece of licorice and use it as a straw with soda?
That's different.
I have before.
It's wonderful.
That's different.
It's good.
That's different.
Black licorice with root beer and red licorice with any other soda. Red licorice with Tiki Punch by Shasta is my personal favorite.
Someone's tried this multiple times.
I've tried them all.
We learned in elementary school, don't know why they would teach us this, but bite off the end of a red vine and then put pixie stick inside of it and eat it.
Oh, that's like little kid drugs.
That's like death.
It's like the closest little kids
like
get.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
And that's when we developed diabetes.
When Diabetes is a TV show debuting this fall. It's in development right now.
Coming to NBC.
We'll take a break. So, something to think about during the break. What is the weirdest thing you do with food? I know I got one, but no, not that. I'm saying, what is your weirdest food hack or whatever you want? Also, Trey Lance, 3 picks yesterday in practice. Is he a budding failure? We got a lot of football pretty much for the rest of this show. Sit back, relax. Halftime next.
Sactown Sports 1140 is broadcasting live on YouTube.
To me, it's a must-watch.
Check out the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and the Cattles and Rami Show. Plus, get exclusive content. Search Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Milder start this morning. We've got plenty of sunshine in store, and the heat is on for the afternoon with highs near 100. We'll fall back into the 60s tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It only comes once a year. The spectacular Labor Day sales event at the Roseville Auto Mall. We've got thousands of vehicles to choose from, and they're all on sale. Don't miss out on the savings. It's the Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy, and you know now's the time to replace your system, and you can get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation, 0% financing, and payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Offer expires 8/31. Don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, your second opinion partner.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
When it's time to service your vehicle, experience matters. Trust the experts at Folsom Lake Honda. We understand how important it is to have a safe and reliable vehicle, and our highly trained technicians will get the job done right the first time. Check engine light on? We'll check it for free. Need an oil change? Our express service will have you in and out fast. Come in or schedule your service online today.
Folsom Lake Honda.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Owning a home is a huge milestone. Whether it's your first home, you're ready to move up, you want to tap into your home's equity, well, Safe Mortgage officers are here to help you. Safe Credit Union offers competitive rates, ideal terms, and local processing to help you get into your home sooner. Safe offers the Home Advantage program, free to credit union members, connecting you to experienced local real estate agents and providing you easy searches for homes that fit your style. Apply for a Safe Home Loan today at safecu.org and let Safe put you first. Safe Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
The PGA Tour is back in Napa Valley with the Fortinet Championship, where fans experience every kind of cheers. Join us September 15th through the 18th at Silverado Resort and Spa for 4 days of world-class golf, Napa hospitality, and 2 nights of unforgettable performances featuring multi-platinum superstar Cole Swindell and Grammy-nominated powerhouse One Republic, all included with your daily ticket. Join Fortinet, Silicon Valley's leader in cybersecurity, at the Fortinet Championship. Secure your tickets now at FortinetChampionship.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Text or call the show at 916-339-1140 on Sactown Sports 1140.
Earl says on the YouTube chat, you can watch along with Earl at the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube page. Because I don't have one that's gross, but I'm shocked nobody else eats dry cereal. I eat dry cereal, but then he loses me. To me, cereal with milk is the gross combo. Earl is officially, everyone, if you know Earl in real life, you may want to go to his house and just, while you're there, take a look at the lampshades and see if they're made of human skin, because I'll bet you they might be. He is a serial killer. Wow. Pun intended.
I like the combination, just not poured into the cereal. Like, I like to eat my cereal dry with a glass of milk.
I mean, I can't hate that.
Because because I take my time and I just don't like the sogginess that ends up happening.
How about what Zebra said? Salt and vinegar chips with vanilla ice cream. That's my snack act. I will try just about anything. I've not tried that. That
sounds like something my wife would eat when she was pregnant. Seriously, that sounds like something she would have eaten when she was pregnant. I've mentioned most of mine on the air. Yeah, I eat condiments.
You drink them.
I drink them. Like I'll rip the ketchup packet and suck the ketchup out of it. I'll kind of down the ranch dressing out of the ranch dressing thing. Stuff like that. I haven't done this.
So you rarely ever put it on the fry, on the salad, on the whatever the
salad. I will.
Okay.
And I don't do if I'm out and eating in a restaurant. I don't do that.
I'm in public now. People are looking at me.
I mean, would I have I thought before when I know an A1 bottle is near the end and I'm going to finish it off? Have I thought, I could just drink it out of here? Yes. Do I do it? No. Is it because I'm with my wife? Yes.
They're not home. You're drinking the ketchup out of the bottle at home.
Oh, they are home, and I'm drinking the ketchup out of the bottle. 100%. In fact, I did this last night with we had Impossible Cheeseburger Pie. I drink. Yeah, I do. But when I don't put my mouth on the ketchup bottle, I'm not gross. I go
Yeah, that's not gross.
That's not gross at all.
Yeah.
One of my go-to favorite foods, and I may or may not have been under the influence of something back in my 20s. Oreos. The spray whipped cream, whatever that's called in the bottle.
Ready Whip,
and a glass of half and half.
Okay.
Put the whipped cream on the Oreo
on the top, on the chocolate
top. Pop it in your mouth, or pop the Oreo in your mouth into your mouth, which we've all done, and then down it with some half and half.
You don't break your Oreos in half. Take the top off.
Nah, no, and I don't like dipping my Oreos in milk. I will eat an Oreo and then drink the milk, but I don't like Oreo crumbs. And then the only one I can think of is sometimes on occasion I will if I have a bag of chips and if I'm on the couch and I want chips and salsa and I just kind of want to lean back and watch the game, I will. This really sounds bad coming saying it now out loud. I will pour myself a mug of salsa. And then I will put a chip in my mouth, and then I will sip the mug of salsa. Again, these are all more efficient to me.
Efficient or lazy?
Yes, lazy, efficient. I don't drip anything. I don't make a mess. I never spill anything.
So do you chew the chip, or is the chip in the mouth?
Okay, already? So no. So chip in the mouth.
Yeah.
Crunch. So to break it up.
So crumbs are around.
No, the whole chip's in the mouth.
Yeah.
I've
just broken it down.
I've crushed it.
Yeah.
And then sip of the salsa, combine it all, and then swallow, and then repeat. Maybe sometimes 2 chips.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You?
Speaking of chips, I don't know if this is. I didn't do this as a kid, but I've done it more as an adult. Love to put chips in my sandwich.
I don't dislike this.
I just love to.
Yeah.
And I think that salt, the crunch, almost. Well, I wouldn't do it in. I mean, I haven't like peanut butter and jelly, but I don't know the last time I had that. But I'm trying to think of like any other kind of sandwich you can just put a chip in, right?
I think so. Have you ever tried Cheetos and chips?
In sandwich?
Or I'm sorry, a sandwich.
I don't know that I have, but I would.
I will give you a fun sandwich hack if you haven't done it before. Let's say you're making a sandwich. This doesn't work with like white or wheat bread, but if you're doing it with like a hoagie roll or a French bread or something, take 2 fingers and make a little moat and then put your chips in there on the bottom, right? And then you put your mayo and wet stuff on the other so they don't fall out as much. That's the biggest problem with chips and sandwiches.
Yeah.
Is they fall out, won't fall out anymore.
There you go.
Jay, before we move on to Trey Lance.
Me and Jason were going over them. I don't really have any weird hacks.
Wow.
I'm basic and boring.
I think it's the other way when people have, like my sister-in-law will not let her food touch. So like if you have, I don't know, we have a barbecue, we have baked beans and potatoes. Like, I can't have the baked beans drip over. Like, if they blend together, I'll eat them. Like, that's nothing to me. But she'll eat the one or the other. Like, that to me is different and unique.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah,
it's almost like they need dividers in a sense. Like, I can't have my corn touch the burger or what. I don't know.
I don't like it like at Thanksgiving. I don't want gravy touching my cranberry sauce, stuff like that. But then I know people that like
would mix it all together.
Will make it like a stew, basically.
Yeah.
And then the sandwich.
Right.
Sandwich is fine. We'll move on here on the text line. Barbecue potato chips with cottage cheese.
Ooh, I'm not a cottage cheese fan, but barbecue sounds good.
I that sounds really weird, but I could see it. Okay. I may have to try that. Here's one from the 916. Eating straight condiments. I think I found out why Dave is fat. First off, your mama. Secondly,
got them.
Secondly, I don't eat straight condiments. By the way, nothing wrong with that if they're straight, but I'm eating it with food.
Right. You're just changing the order.
I'm just changing the consumption method.
Right. Interesting.
The defense for the 49ers was consuming Trey Lance's throws. 3 interceptions on Monday during practice.
Hey, maybe the defense is good.
That's the thing, and that's the tough part is, oh my God, Trey Lance threw 3 interceptions. Okay. But can we also, what if you change the headline into Niners defense sparkles with 3 interceptions in practice? They're trying their best too.
Yeah.
They're trying to A, make the team, and B, get going if the, first stringers and all that. And by the way, the Niners have a really good defense.
Yes.
So
it's the point until we know Trey Lance is the starter.
Yes.
But until we know he's what he is all about, taking live action for, I don't know. I'm going to guess Aaron Rodgers had a training camp practice where he threw 3 picks.
Yes.
Is it a headline? Aaron Rodgers will be just fine. Now, they're not the same guy. I get that. But everything that Trey Lance is doing right now is being hyper evaluated.
It's all under a microscope. And you know what? It's okay. If he's throwing 3 picks in a game,
right, it's a little different.
But I don't think that this is necessarily indicative. In fact, why do we get so remember last year, the big thing was, and it didn't exactly work out yet, but the big thing was, you know what? The great thing about drafting Davion Mitchell, one of the great things, can't wait to see he and De'Aaron Fox going at it, in practice. They're gonna iron sharpens iron. What do we hear about the 2002 Kings teams? One of the best things was they felt like their second team would be a playoff team, and they would go at it in practice, and they were into it. Dude, football times 10 when it comes to intensity.
Right.
And the defense is proud. The defense is one of the top defenses in the league, and they want to smash Trey Lance in that offense. Okay, so they picked him off 3 times. It's not great for Trey Lance, but I think we need to kind of recognize that. Also, by the way, Trey Lance probably running some plays that are new. We don't know the context.
Right.
A lot of people are gonna freak out.
I think I saw someone do a breakdown that majority of those and majority of his camp interceptions had been thrown on attempts towards Deebo Samuel. Okay, well, I'm also guessing that Deebo of the Niners defense is all right, we got to slow him down, much like other teams will be. Yeah. So these are good reps for him to go through. You'd rather him make these mistakes today than in week 1.
And if you're Kyle Shanahan, he's a mad scientist, right? Well, what do scientists do? They experiment. And if you're going to experiment, probably want to experiment in practice and in training camp and not actually in the game. So, to your point, Trey Lance and Deebo Samuel are expected to have a nice connection this year. Same thing with Brandon Ayuk. Same thing with George Kittle is what you hope. They're probably running some things just for all we know. Kyle puts a play out. They run it. Defense is like, oh, heck no.
Yeah.
And then Kyle goes back to the lab and goes, okay, well, that's not going to work.
Right.
Okay. Is that Trey Lance's fault?
Yeah. And Trey could follow up today, Dave, with a 10 interception
That's
practice.
Right.
He's starting week 1.
He's starting week 1.
He's their investment. He's their quarterback until proven not. None of this proves that it's not. He's their guy.
Let me go around the room because I'm a huge Niner fan. Jay, I know you're a Niner fan. I was thinking about this yesterday. You have a team that has made the NFC Championship 2 out of 3 years. You have a team that made the Super Bowl a couple years ago. You had a team that was a quarter away from making the Super Bowl again this year, and that would be beating the eventual champions and beat the eventual champions in order to get into the playoffs. You have a team that's a bona fide Super Bowl contender, and they're switching quarterbacks to a rookie that they gave up. I mean, for all intents and purposes, a rookie. That they gave up a boatload for. So here's my question, because I know I'm biased. How high going into the season does Trey Lance rank as far as most compelling and important storylines in the entire league? Is he number 1? Is there a bigger storyline? Tom Brady, can he win another Super Bowl?
That's not bigger.
But I'm saying, is there another storyline? Ben Roethlisberger's
the most polarizing.
what is a bigger story for that matters? Like I said, Ben Roethlisberger's out in Pittsburgh. Okay, but Pittsburgh's not going to be a contender. Almost certainly not going to be a contender.
Russell Wilson would be up there.
Okay, that's a good one. Russell Wilson.
The Cleveland quarterback situation.
But even Russell Wilson, though, like the Denver thing's an unknown, but Russell Wilson's not an unknown.
But yeah, Watson in Cleveland, to Jay's point, would be up there. Maybe Baker, but these are it. This is the top things.
As we go to break, let me ask you this about Watson then. Take away all the off-field stuff with Watson. Take away it all. And he just simply got traded to Cleveland. Is that a bigger story, in your opinion, than Trey Lance?
I'm biased, and it's hard for me not to be biased. To me, Trey Lance is the biggest story, but I'd wonder if you just polled 500 random NFL fans. I think the idea of Deshaun Watson going to Cleveland is a big deal.
I agree with you. Yeah. We'll take a break. The NFL's Top 100 continues with even more Niners, including the highest ranked one yet. I'll tell you why they're crazy. Also, dumb text of the day right around the corner. We'll be back after this.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports 1140. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people that play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa. Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility, and Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality, and Safe Credit Union. Let us put you first.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
Workers' comp can crush a small business. Every year it would jump 5, 10, 15, 20%, even though there was never any claims. And that's where I was struggling as a growing business.
That's Mike Lozier, owner of Gutter Plumber, a small business in New Jersey. A while back, Mike found his workers' comp costs rising. Luckily, he discovered Pie Insurance.
From start to finish, it was extremely easy. They quickly came back to me with a plan that was affordable for me.
Are you overpaying for workers' comp? Just go to trypie.com, share a few details about your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle or hidden fees. Like Mike, we think you'll be glad you did.
I'm very happy that I moved over to Pi for my workers' comp so that I can grow my company while not breaking the bank.
Find out how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent or get a quote at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives. Safe is such a great word. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Safe Credit Union. Safe just makes me feel secure with a sense of comfort. And in these turbulent times, finding anything that makes you feel protected is good for the soul. Being a member of SAFE keeps your money local, gives you access to lower rates and higher dividends, while also giving you a sense of comfort that comes from knowing that your money is, well, safe. Safe Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
Progressive presents Don't Do It Yourself.
Okay, fixing a water heater. Easy peasy.
Oh, yeah? So you know how to secure the skiff joint?
Yeah.
Detach the steam pump?
Takes 2 seconds.
And fasten the dew bolt to the pressure tube?
Yeah, my dad taught me how to do that.
Oh, that's interesting, because I made all those things up. Look, we should just bundle our home and auto with Progressive. We could save big, then pay someone to do it for us.
That's cool. This double's the wrong size anyway.
Save when bundling home and auto with Progressive and use the money to, not do it yourself. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, talking about positionless basketball. It features players who shoot well from beyond the arc, can defend multiple positions, and would thrive in a pass-happy system. The way the players rely on each other is similar to how the body works when supported by Good Feet arch supports. By supporting all 4 arches, the foot, knees, hips, and low back become properly aligned, so that each can do their job pain-free. If you have foot-related pain, it's time to get serious. Good Feet makes over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities of arch supports. So your solution is waiting. Visit Good Feet now for a free, no-obligation, personalized fitting, and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet Arch Supports. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto online, goodfeet.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Got a take? Make sure it's a hot one.
Take a shot right now.
Call or text at 916-339-1140. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
916-339-1140. It's your text line. Dumb text of the day. It's always someone. Listening to you guys make excuses for Lance is absolutely hilarious. If he was on any other team, the conversation would be so different. He may end up being great, but he's going to have to prove himself, and there are a lot of question marks. Listen, let's be real. We were making excuses for Trey Lance as a possibility. He also might suck.
Sure.
Trust me when I say as a Niner fan, I'm gripping about Trey Lance. I'm not confident. I'm hopeful as a fan, but I'm not here to tell you how great Trey Lance is going to be, and I won't start to do that until the season moves on. Now, I think you can present a defense. You can present it, but it has to be logical. And I think the idea that Trey Lance throwing picks isn't exactly what it seems is extremely logical. Now, it may be wrong. 100% may be wrong. Maybe he just sucked yesterday. But if it was if it was a quarterback on another team, well, how's their defense? You know what I'm saying? If you're telling me that Matt Stafford got hurt in the offseason and Freddie Smithenstein was their new quarterback and he got sacked 4 times in their practice. Okay, well, they have Aaron Donald and friends, and we probably bring that up. So, if the bias is anywhere, you're not hearing me. I mean, maybe you hear Jay. You won't hear me be a homer. I'm the opposite. Like I'm expecting Trey Lance to suck so that I can be pleasantly surprised if he doesn't.
Well, and he's in a spot unlike some of the other guys that have been drafted as high as him the last couple of years. Let's take Trey Lance and Zach Wilson. I don't think there's huge expectations for either team. Now, for them, there is. They need to be the franchise guy. They need to be the guy that team is building around. The Niners, Dave, have a team that can win at all, they think.
Yes.
And
so, by the way, so does they think, and so do a lot of people.
Right. And so when there's playoff expectations, championship expectations, and you go away from a quarterback that I would say Jimmy G is a known commodity. He has been a winner. Now, some think he's not good enough, and that's fine. That's not even the point. The Niners, though, thought the same and think they have a better chance with Trey Lance. So he's got to do it. He's got to back up their belief. And until he's put in that action, like I said, he could throw 10 picks today. He could throw 0 and throw 10 touchdowns. It doesn't matter until week 1 against Chicago.
Normally show suggestions are annoying, but not in this case. From the 510 morning, everyone. Longtime listener, really appreciate what you guys do every day, especially for us not currently living in Sacramento. Much love. Friendly suggestion, as a bunch of stuff just came up. Could you pin a message in the YouTube chat to hit the like button? Other shows usually have it. It seems to help a bit. Thanks again for all you do for us Kings fans. Well, Jay's in charge of that. I don't know if that's possible, but I want you to know we
hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button. But to be able to pin a message that says that, I don't know. But that's a good idea. And there you go. And thank you, by the way, so much for listening. From the 916, Trey Lance will be the story of the year, but not because he did great. Word from campus is super inaccurate and can't read defenses. So I don't know what you say. Sucked yesterday. Seems like it's an ongoing thing. And he might. Yeah. I'm not here.
Well, you know what we're going to do is evaluate him each week.
That's the thing. Like, in the end, we can talk about it, and we will talk about it because we're on sports radio, and that's what we do, and that's what fans do. But it's also a little bit of a second cousin of anytime you're ever at a fantasy football league draft, everyone just drafted a championship team. Right. Everyone's happy with their team.
I've never left that going. I blew it.
But not one time.
Hey, see where I got receiver X in the 8th round? What a steal. Okay, whatever.
And honestly, if I kept track, I would just bet that there have been more occasions coming out of a fantasy football draft where I've been not too happy with my team and end up winning the whole thing than the other way. I guarantee you there's been times I remember specifically where I thought I blew away the league.
Right.
And then at the end of the year, I'm like 8-8.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's what's going to happen with Trey Lance. Every Monday that we're on following a Niner game, we'll look at him. Certainly, it's the most high-profile position.
Yes.
Was he the reason they won? Was he the reason they lost? Or, hey, thank goodness they've got a great defense because Trey Lance was not good today.
Right.
Probably all those things are going to
that'll happen
because they are a good team, and he can be a part of the good team, an important part. That's going to be up to him and how he plays.
I think in the end, obviously, it's going to be how far they go. What's the record play? That's
Right.
going to be number one. What would I like to see? I'd like to see Trey Lance not lose any games for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to see if I can get a couple of games where I can look at it and say, you know what? Jimmy G does not win that game.
Yeah.
He whether it was Trey Lance running, whether it was
There'll
Trey
be a
Lance
ton
in a
of that
long bomb.
on Twitter. Oh, Jimmy G does not make that play.
No.
Probably in a good and a bad way.
We know this. We know that Trey Lance has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Trey Lance has legs. And what I mean by that is in that aspect, far more than Jimmy Garoppolo. But Jimmy Garoppolo was also a highly efficient thrower when he was on. So do you take Jimmy was the game manager with the ceiling. Trey Lance is the unknown with, we don't know what the ceiling is. The ceiling is the roof type of thing. So one other note, and don't worry, we'll cover a lot of stuff like this in the news coming up in the next hour. But I thought these two things were very interesting. Number one, Jeff Passan tweets out, since the All-Star break, Major League Baseball leaders, minimum 50 at-bats for OPS. Number 3, Paul Goldschmidt. Number 2, Aaron Judge. Number 1, Albert Pujols.
Yes.
By a decent margin, leading the majors in OPS since the All-Star break. Benjamin Hill is a fun follow. He basically goes into every minor league park and reports on them. His whole life is just reporting on a lot of cool stuff from the minor leagues. And he reports that during Thursday's Syracuse Mets Women in Sports Night, on-field host Sarah Doman will do 9 jobs in 9 innings. First inning, general manager. And I have questions. It's the one I don't understand of this list. How do you general manage for an inning?
Yeah.
But does she make a trade?
Yes.
Does she sign
should.
someone?
Yeah.
Second inning, fan experience team. So that's going to be on field, like mascot races or something, I'm sure. Third inning, grounds crew, self-explanatory. She'll be, doing the stuff on the field. Fourth inning, she'll work the concessions.
Okay.
Fifth inning, marketing, social media. I imagine that's a team Twitter takeover. Sixth inning, she'll be sitting in on the radio broadcast. Seventh inning, multimedia production. I don't know what that's going to be, but I imagine she'll send out a clip or something.
That or the video board or something.
There you go.
Okay.
Eighth inning, go buy something in the team store from her because that's where she'll be working the register. And in the ninth inning, she'll be part of the cleaning crew in the stands.
Oh, this would be like parking or something. Okay. Nice.
I love
Good
that.
gimmick.
Minor league baseball is the most gimmicky and fun baseball.
But sometimes they just hit and they're perfect.
Sometimes they hit. Sometimes it's disco demolition night.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a dozen egg night.
Right.
They've never done dozen egg night, but
they might soon.
Dear Lord, that would not be great. NFL.com's top 100 out. Most of it as we move along. We've already covered a lot of the Niners in there. I thought this was very interesting. Number 47, Fred Warner. Okay. Fred Warner's a very good player.
Higher than that before, but yeah.
Top 50. All right. Sweet. Here's what I think's a little nuts. Number 25, George Kittle. Number 22.
Or the other way around.
Excuse me. Number 25. Thank you. Nick Bosa. Number 22, George Kittle.
So what's crazy?
I love George Kittle, man. I love George Kittle. I truly love George Kittle. In what world is George Kittle ranked ahead of Bosa? I mean, you're talking about, other than quarterback, arguably the most important position in the sport.
Yeah.
And if he's not the best, and he probably isn't the best, but he's in the conversation.
Yeah, he wreaks havoc every week.
And I just, where do we rank George Kittle tight end wise over the last 3 years? And you got to factor injuries in.
Sure.
4th. I mean, you got Darren Waller's in there, Travis Kelce's in there. I feel like I'm forgetting one.
I feel like that's probably where he is third.
Yeah.
Or second for some. Some would put him ahead of Waller. I mean, it's a really difficult call, but the good thing is for the 49ers, they're getting more and more people in this top 100. Not that that means ultimately that much, but it shows you how many good individual players they have.
Yes.
And at a lot of different positions. It's not like they've got all the best linemen or they got all the best corners. They're spread out throughout offense and defense where their really good players are.
Let's even allow for George Kittle being the second best tight. Travis Kelce's the best tight end right now. So the second best. Jason, if you're running Team X and I'm running Team Y and you can have him for 1 year and I offer you George Kittle straight up for Bosa. You take it?
I want more.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's how you should rank them. I thought that was a little bit strange. I'll tell you this much. Best tight end in football this year? Kyle Pitts.
I was going to say Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts is.
And another guy that feels like a receiver, but doesn't matter. That's his position.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts reminds me of in a little bit of it, just in the general factor is who's the kid with the Pirates? That's just
O'Neal.
O'Neal. Yeah, just this you watch him and you're just amazed
physical specimen
at every part of almost a Bo Jackson-esque athletic ability. We'll take a break. All right, a new start for Baker Mayfield in Carolina, and guess who's waiting for him in Week 1? These schedule makers know what they're doing next.
Live and past broadcasts of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Rami. Interviews, podcasts, and more. They all live on the Sactown Sports 1140 app. Download the app now in the App Store and Google Play.
To commit to men in divorce. Though intended as a compliment, such statements have always bothered me. For one thing, it's far from clear that a decision that's likely to disaffect half the market is a good business decision. But more troubling is the presumption that Cordell & Cordell's success is largely a result of good marketing. I think if you ask one of our 300-plus attorneys or one of our 100,000-plus former clients, that you'd hear a lot about practice skills, experience, client care, and integrity. These are the much harder things that best account for the growth and reputation over time of any law firm, including Cordell & Cordell. Having said all this, I am proud of our marketing messages, and I do want guys to know that we're here to help them. If we can help you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Sacramento area attorneys. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, just down the street at McConnell Estates Winery, where they're getting ready to harvest the grapes.
They are, and there's nothing better in the fields than a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab from Elk Grove Dodge.
There is one exception, Vince.
What's that?
How about a new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 that's $12,000 off MSRP?
Yeah, you've got me there. Luckily this month during the Make This the Summer event, I've got over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, and they're all $12,000 off MSRP.
Now that's a deal that's as sweet as the grapes they're picking.
It sure is. Not only can you save $12,000, but these Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s start at only $38,940.
$38,940 for a new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4?
Yes, sir.
Should get two.
He should, but only at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge and the Oak Grove Auto Mall and online at oakgrovedodge.com.
Includes $6,500 in California National Chrysler Capital Conquest and select inventory retail bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital OAC and have qualified vehicle for at least 30 days. Settled in 3479.16 as 9622.
Ron White, live.
Some things are exactly as they seem, folks. Killer whales kill. Pilot whales wear dark sunglasses. I'm not sure how the sperm whale got his name, but I'm not getting in the pool.
Saturday, August 27th, 8 p.m., Thunder Valley Outdoor Amphitheater. For the summer concert schedule and to purchase tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Ron White, live for mature audiences.
It's prime summer grilling season. Nick Cattle says make it great with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from California Backyard. The Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill turns any chef into a pro. You'll never want to cook indoors again once you experience Napoleon. The grill's built to last. Napoleon grills stand apart, all made with premium steel that boasts quality. You can check out Napoleon grills today at any of the 4 nearby California Backyard locations. Always the best in backyard living. See their huge selection of Napoleon grills and accessories today at Napoleon.com.
Right, and the purchase markets are doing this thing and that thing. Shelby, as I always say, you're the captain of the ship that gets everybody through those waters. What's going on over at United Wholesale Lending?
We are heavily focused on purchase business right now.
This is the time of year, I know. You would think more people go and see houses, but how is that working as opposed to rates scaring people? Are we still seeing that huge influx of people going out there?
Well, there's some more inventory that's coming onto the market, and the market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Even with the interest rates going up, now the market is kind of softening up and making it easier for home buyers to get their offer accepted and also to get a better deal.
You can pre-approve them on the phone in under 15 minutes without even running their credit. But what you also do is you give them the exact things they need to knock out personally so that they can get into homes.
That's exactly right. We create a roadmap to get them in the position to buy a house.
RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRA number 01864354.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. It's Sactown Sports 1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, couple things to throw in here as we are doing a lot of footballing, and rightfully so. As we're ever getting closer. Jason Ross. I'm Carmichael Dave. That's Jay Mars in the other room. And good morning. I'd like to start out with an apology to Raider fans. Sorry, Raider fans. I'm big enough to apologize because yesterday I put out a poll. I was explaining how Raider fans are just crazy to me sometimes. I brought up the majority of the Raider fans I talked to and polled during the relocation process didn't really mind that they went to Vegas, which I always thought was bananas. But that's Raider fan. So you and I talked about how the hatred of Tom Brady, and the unknown Raider fan wouldn't want Tom Brady anywhere near that team after Dana White said yesterday that he helped put together a deal to send Tom Brady and Gronk.
That's what I thought the results would be.
73% say they would have, if they could go back in time, they would have replaced Derek Carr with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski.
That surprises me.
I say good for them. Good for them. Well done. Well done. And like I said, big enough to apologize. One other thing I want to try here. I hope that my it's not hooked up. Never mind. I'll try that again later. But we have actual breaking
When
news.
it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140. Breaking news.
Well, our long-awaited national nightmare, if that has come to an end. According to Shams Charania.
Oh, come on. I don't know what this is, and I hope I know what it is. Go on, Jay.
Steve Nash, Joe Tsai, and Sean Marks met with Kevin Durant and Rich Kleiman in Los Angeles on Monday and have decided to move forward with partnership, the Nets say.
No
Kevin Durant is remaining in Brooklyn.
That is not the result I thought was going to happen. I thought we had a KD or Mitchell trade, but
the following statement has been released by General Manager Sean Marks. Steve Nash and I, together with Joe Tsai, Clara Wu-Tsai, met with Kevin Durant and Rich Kleiman in Los Angeles yesterday. We have agreed to move forward with our partnership. We are focusing on basketball with one collective goal in mind: build a lasting franchise to bring a championship to Brooklyn. Interesting, this coming on the heels of all reports saying Kyrie and the Nets are good moving forward together.
They're bringing the band back together.
I think
I thought it was him or me.
I think it's going to be hilarious when the Nets win the title next year.
So funny.
That's good. Oh, my God. Can we get a Hard Knocks Brooklyn Nets, please?
What would it be called? Hard Shots?
No. Wow, is that a Kyrie joke? Dude. That's not cool, man, at all. No shots?
No shots. There you go.
Did this all change when, Memphis starts to show up in some of these cities that maybe Kevin Durant doesn't want to go to?
I think it was probably here's my guess, is that Sean Marks and Joe Tsai were like, listen, okay, you want to go somewhere else? Hey, Rich Kleiman, Kevin Durant's agent. They're We're like, okay, hey, you can go ahead and explore deals too. Why don't you guys check out what the market is with the places you want to go? And Miami's like, yeah, we're not throwing in Bam Adebayo. Yeah. And the Suns are like, we signed DeAndre Ayton. Best we can do is Mikal Bridges. Yeah. And Toronto's like, we're not trading this guy. Right. And everyone just kind of, they're like, well, we'll give you some picks. And here's like a start. Where Memphis goes, we're not trading Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
And no offense to Desmond Bane, but again, Kevin Durant.
Well, and I still think that other ploy of, hey, it's Nash, Marks, or me, get rid of those two.
That's what I don't get.
I gotta go one more rung up on my threat here because the first one didn't work. Now let's turn it up to 11. And okay, now we're all gonna come back and play together. Play nice.
How do you go forward with Steve Nash and Kevin Durant?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing.
How does that happen? Unless you're gonna hear all the let me just put it this way. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is a life lesson here. If one of your friends, doesn't matter who it is having marital or girlfriend or boyfriend problems, never take that as the way to say, or the excuse to be able to say, yeah, I'm so glad because she sucked. You should have dumped her years ago. She's crazy, dude. This one time she did this thing, because there's a real good chance that a week later, oh, hey, we made up. And now it's weird. And now it's weird because you just dumped all over their spouse or whoever. And now you got what? You can't take it back. This is what happened. And Kevin Durant, it's going to come out. There's going to be think pieces like, that was all overblown. KD, remember, he handpicked Steve Nash. He loves Steve. Exactly. He thinks he's great. In fact, he is marrying Steve Nash. That is how much he loves Steve Nash. That's about what it would take. But, dude, the drama. Kyrie, KD, Ben, Steve Nash. Oh, my God, Ben Simmons. Why did I play the meow? You're absolutely right. I didn't even think. Oh, yeah, that was unfortunate. I literally was just seeing if it was on. That was bad timing. I didn't even think about the Ben Simmons thing. Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm putting a number out there.
Uh-huh.
The number is 44.5. Over under games that all three of those guys appear together next season.
Under, way under. I would say the over-under on all three of them playing together is more like 29.5. And that might be high. That might be high.
But bringing that group back, honestly, from the get-go is what made the most sense. Unless you got the sweetest deal, which certainly wasn't out there. Because you're going to bring back projected starting lineup is what? Kyrie, Ben Simmons,
Joe Harris,
Kevin Durant, and then Claxton probably in the middle.
Yeah. Claxton.
And you're going to play Curry off the bench. Patty Mills.
Yeah.
Do they still have Aldridge, Blake Griffin, those guys?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, Drummond's gone, right?
Well, Royce O'Neal, they got in that.
Where did Drummond sign?
With the Orioles.
I don't know.
Did you say the Orioles?
TJ Warren.
I mean,
that's
a good
Royce
team.
O'Neal.
What did you say about Royce O'Neal?
I like that.
That's what I was just going to say. That was, the Windhorst move. That was a sneaky good move.
Andre Drummond signed with Chicago.
Okay, Andre Drummond signed with Chicago. Say that 3 times.
Did you guys see he said he'll be the best rebounder in NBA history by the time his career's over?
He'll be remembered as the best rebounder ever. No, he won't. He's just wrong on that, too.
He is completely
I
wrong
think
on that.
Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving have a better chance of appearing in 82 games together this season than Andre Drummond being remembered as the best rebounder in NBA history.
I completely agree. They also have David Duke Jr. I secretly root for him because, my God, go through life with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Go through life with that. I'll bet you 2 things. Number 1, he has a permanent chip on his shoulder. Number 2, he knows how to fight. Guarantee you on both aspects. Other than that, and I say other than that, listen, I don't think I'm going out of bounds here when I say the following. You can make a legitimate argument when you match up position by position. The Nets have the most talented team in the NBA.
Sure.
You can make that argument.
Give me the Warriors. Give me the Suns. Bucks, Celtics.
Okay, if you're just saying pure basketball talent, I would agree with that.
Kyrie at the 1. Joe Harris, by the way, who is one of the premier sharpshooters in the NBA at the 2. Again, there's a lot of, you got to squint here, but Ben Simmons comes back and just simply plays at the level he played at before. No better, no worse. He just gives you 70-plus games, which I know is a big ask, of all-world defense and efficient inside shooting.
Yeah.
And, 7 boards and 7 assists a game. Kevin Durant.
I think we're back to that top, what seems to be the top 4 in the East is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Put the Nets there, the Celtics for sure, the Bucks, and I think the Sixers are good. That 4, only one comes out of there. I mean, there's going to be another good team or two that's left trying to figure out what they've got.
I guarantee you that handful of teams you just mentioned, here's this news, is just like, great. Because Durant was almost always, Harden being an exception.
Yeah. And I didn't even say Miami, who was the 1 seed last year.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. Chicago's good. I don't think they're good enough. But
Better.
they're good. East is good. The top of the East is really good.
Since we're on basketball, we might as well go to it. Nichelle Turner was on a show yesterday with Spice Adams, Shaq, and Kenny Smith.
Okay.
And somebody sent this to me saying, let's make sure she never has to pay for anything whenever she's in Sacramento. And I get why.
Watch out for the Pistons.
Okay, well, my team are the Kings. I think the Kings are going to make the playoffs this year.
Oh, you be flopping.
They're not my team, but I just think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to make the playoffs this year.
Give me one reason, Nichelle, that you would say the Kings are different.
Hold on, Kenny. Her team used to be the Suns, but she's having problems with the Suns organization. So now she switched to the King. I'm not going to tell people what I'm saying.
No. They're not my team. I just think they're going to.
Devin Booker, now.
Shut up, Shaq.
Kings, are you kidding me right now?
They're not my team. I just think they're going to make the playoffs. I think that they're a much improved team.
Are they gonna do it by play-in, the show, or they gonna make it straight up?
I think they maybe by play-in. I think they're gonna get in to be the 8th seed.
Look at Kenny.
Kenny shaking his head.
I mean, look, man. Hey Spice, if I throw somebody in the ocean and they can't swim, and then a week later I throw them in the ocean, they're not gonna swim again. Like it doesn't. Like you don't learn to swim in a week. Like no. Like they have been. We've seen what they are. When Shaq was an owner, we used to give him a little bit of a break. We used to be like,
gonna be different.
Next week
I'm soaking it all up, man. By the way, it's not lost on me that the two most vocal people just absolutely dragging this poor lady for saying she thinks the Kings are going to make the playoffs. Former Kings owner, and by the way, they volunteered to make him an owner. I just want to remind everybody that our ownership actually welcomed him into the fold. Shaquille O'Neal, who, what did he do? Not only did he own us in the playoffs, but then our new ownership said, hey, Shaq, want some ownership? And he got it, and he made a boatload of money, and then he sold
really
it.
helped Demarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
So once again, Shaq screwed us. And then, really helped.
And then former player.
And then former King Kenny Smith.
Number 6 overall
six
pick?
or seven pick.
6 or 7,
Guy we drafted instead of Kevin Johnson, Kenny Smith.
And then shipped him out in like 2.5 years.
Shout out to Nichelle Turner. Good for you. And you, yes, anytime you're in town, we will happily buy your drinks or your food or whatever it may be. We'll take a break. Hey, we got lost with the whole Kevin Durant thing. Baker Mayfield gets that job in Carolina. Tom Brady is back and denying things. We don't have a break here. We just simply have Jason telling you about our good friends at American Energy.
You?
Nope, can I do it?
You know what?
Can I for once talk about American Energy?
You pass it to me. I'm going to pass it back. Why don't you do it today?
You know, postseason home runs don't count in baseball.
I think we need to look that up.
I told you guys this is going to be a week, man. It's only going to get worse starting tomorrow. This whole quit smoking thing.
You have a choice.
It's only going to get. I do have a choice. $2,500 in your pocket. Not for quitting smoking, for getting yourself a brand new HVAC system from our friends at American Energy. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com or call them at 916-520-9990. Noticing that I said 916. Don't push past that. This is a local company. Been doing things for you here in Sacramento since 1981. And now's the time. Now's the time to replace your system, both cooling and heating. You can get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation with 0% financing and payment plan options available. There's absolutely no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Offer expires 8/31. Don't wait. Call today. 916-520-9990. That's $99.90 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Listen, if you're looking to replace that system, you may be already in the process. Contact American Energy. Don't settle with a high quote from the other guys. Get a free quote on your system from your second opinion partner. 916-520-9990, 916-520-9990 at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Count to 10, and we'll be right back.
Sactown Sports 1140 is your home of the Las Vegas Raiders for the 2022 NFL season. Tune your dial to 1140 for all Raiders games. Plus, you can listen online at SactownSports.com and on the Sactown Sports 1140 app. The 94th most popular celebrity from Carmichael
How popular do you want to be?
meets a Celtics broadcasting legend.
Celtics are going to go for the win. Everybody here at Golden One Center on their feet.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm glad Kenny Smith isn't on the text line or in the chat room right now because Kenny's getting dragged pretty bad. Aaron on the YouTube chat says there's going to be a moment in practice where Kyrie talks about some new conspiracy that causes Ben Simmons to cry, and then Kevin Durant will ask for a trade again.
That's fair.
Not off the table.
Yeah.
Final 45 minutes, news and notes coming up in a second.
The Nets signed a lot of also washed guys over the last few years.
Yes,
LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin. Who do you think will be the washed signing of the Brooklyn Nets? Who's still out there that's just wash? Carmelo's a good one.
Okay.
I think you hit the nail on the head, actually, Jason.
I think you did too. I do. That would be the number one pick for me. And by the way, I'm not saying this guy's washed, but I think what you're talking about is like big name, older type players that need a home. I still think LA, one of the LAs is the front runner, but would absolutely not shock me if DeMarcus signed, especially considering that Harris.
He had a good stint last year, I feel like, in
Denver. What I'm saying,
Denver.
I don't think he's washed, but I think he still fits kind of in that category of a huge name. I think that'd be an excellent signing for the Nets.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
And now add DeMarcus in with Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And guess what? DeMarcus Cousins becomes the veteran calming presence on that roster.
I know you're like half joking.
I'm not, because he is
of those three, he is probably the most emotionally mature.
I think he is. I really think, I mean, you couldn't always say that.
You can now. He's more emotionally mature than KD.
He's a family man. He's always been a family man, but he's grown up. He's gotten older. It happens. You know what I'm saying? We see so many times these folks mature in front of our eyes, and not that you can compare DeMarcus and Ron Artest, different things, but similar in the sense that Ron Artest at 30 was not Ron Artest at 22.
No, and you have to go, unfortunately, sometimes you have to go through those things, whatever those things are to each individual. Everybody's got their life challenges, and some of them live out in the public way.
They've got to do that. I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called, but the basketball training camp, Hard Knocks, whatever that. They've got to do that in Brooklyn, man. Brooklyn will never let it happen, of course, but
be good for all of us.
Oh my goodness, it'd be so amazing. Baker Mayfield gets the start in Carolina. He is QB1, and he shouts out Sam Darnold.
Honestly, just an unfortunate circumstance that we're both here in the same year fighting for a job, but that's the kind of guy he is. He said, whatever you need in support, he's just trying to win games, and that's the mentality we've had the whole time. So I truly, truly appreciate that, and he's a great guy.
Listen, I totally believe that, and I'm not even trying to insinuate that Sam Darnold isn't a good guy. But it does bear the question, like, what's he gonna be like? I'm not here to help you, and you got the starting job, and I don't like it. So if you have questions, screw you.
You got to believe that's happened before in some situations.
Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, probably. Yeah,
like it's my job, and you wait your turn.
Yeah, you wait your turn, pal.
Yeah,
can't see Sam.
Not going to get this from me.
Sam Darnold said that it was a fair competition, but in the end, only one guy can win.
We were fighting for the starting job, and every day was our game day out there during camp. You know, especially as we got into these last couple of weeks. Obviously, it didn't go my way. Coach named Baker the starter, and my mindset is it is what it is. And for me right now, I'm going to do everything I can to support Baker and get him ready to play a game.
You know, sometimes there's politics behind these moves. I don't know that there would be in this case. I feel like, not being in Carolina, knowing every situation, that this is probably one on merit, but you never know.
We asked this earlier, but does be interesting if you're a team looking for a quarterback? Do you go after, does the Sam Darnold rate clouding the Jimmy Garoppolo market? I mean, obviously, it doesn't sound like Carolina is looking to move Darnold necessarily, but,
I think there's a couple things for Jimmy. One, his shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
Past performance. And then the other part is just knowing that probably what the asking price is, and maybe the Niners are going to be in a spot where they just cut him.
Right.
So it's like, I'll wait.
I think it's ego now at this point. They're just waiting they want to say, I told you so bad. In case you didn't know, Bill Belichick is ultimately in charge of the Patriots.
We have jobs to do, and our staff works well together. Again, there are a lot of people that are involved in all three phases of the game. Ultimately, I'm responsible for all of it. So if you want to ask who's in charge, then it would be me, because I have the final say in every area. So that's the way it's been, and I don't really see that changing.
Also, Bill Belichick, I don't know if you could have guessed this or not, but isn't really thinking about Tom Brady and Las Vegas and all that.
I'm focused on what we're doing. I haven't really spent much time looking at what everybody else is doing. We have enough to handle right here. So unless it's something that directly involves us, then I really haven't been too. I'm sure I'm behind on a lot of things.
Speaking of Tom Brady, Coach Todd Bowles is happy to have Tom Brady back. Yeah.
Anytime you have all your guys back, you feel good, especially after the injury bug has hit lately. So we're happy to have him back.
And as we go around the audio circle here, Dana White explaining, in case you hadn't heard this, disclosing the Tom Brady to Vegas thing.
I didn't want to talk about that, but he sort of sucked me into it on live TV. Yeah, it's true. I talked Brady into playing for the Raiders, and Gronk was coming with him, and they were negotiating the deal, and they were really close to getting it done, and then Gruden pulled the deal, and Brady was not happy about it. Neither was I, and I thought that I would never tell that story publicly.
But now I have multiple times.
Dana White's a meddler.
Yeah.
I mean, Dana White as football commissioner would be amazing. I don't know. It could be amazingly bad. But
why did he talk him into that? Why is that a good fit for Brady, or would have been a good fit? Like there was a lot of talk at that time too about the Niners.
Yeah. I think a couple things. Number one, obviously Dana White's home base is Vegas. He and Brady have become friends through the UFC. And listen, and again, calm down, everyone. See, I'm conditioned now. But let me just put it this way. You may remember the red hat in Tom Brady's locker once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
You may also remember not once but twice Dana White being a featured guest speaker at the Republican National Convention. My only point is that they run in a lot of the same circles all over the place, not just in the sports world, but outside the sports world. So they developed a relationship. And Dana's a deal maker. That's what he does. And so I think the opportunity for him to be involved in the biggest sports move of the year and being able to bring Brady, and then God knows what would have happened there. I know the UFC and Tom Brady have some mutual commonalities when it comes to sponsors and endorsements. And I would imagine that would grow even more, if the UFC could add Tom Brady, even though he's not, a fighter, but add him to their brand. And I just think from a business standpoint, there was a lot in this for Dana, and maybe he just thought it would be cool to have Tom Brady. Maybe he was just, I want my buddy out here partying with us.
Yeah, it could be.
And
bring Gronk with him.
Right. Go out for a night on the town in Vegas with Dana White, Tom Brady, and Rob Gronkowski. And you're probably having a night you'll talk about for the rest of your life, one way or the other. So he's back. Also denied that he was on The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
But is he?
But he probably has to do that, right?
I know, right? What's he going to do? So if he says anything but no, if he says, yeah, I'm not going to get into why. Maybe he could have actually, now that I think about it, he could have said, hey, Tom, rumor out there, you're on The Masked Singer. Is there any truth to the rumor you're on The Masked Singer? He could have said, hey, listen, it's a personal thing. I'm not addressing anything. And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole where I'm believe what you want, but I'm not addressing it. It was a personal absence.
Yeah.
He could have done that.
11 days. They said it was planned. So that's kind of where that Masked Singer part came into the rumor mill. But you just hope everything's okay. Whatever the reason was.
That's exactly right.
Whether it was for fun, for something serious, I don't know. But obviously he's back, which is good for them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't care what it was unless it's something bad, and I don't want that. In other words, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. And if anybody can miss 11 days in training camp, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's going to be A-okay. Aaron Rodgers, remember he went off on his receivers, the young receivers a while back. He now says that he's seeing improvement.
Oh, so life is good again in Green Bay?
I mean, he kind of knew at this point. I mean, it's not – Aaron gets a lot of crap, and most of it is very well deserved. But in this case, you're also telling, listen, Aaron Rodgers isn't stupid. He may be stupid about some things. He's not stupid about football.
Right.
And I have no problems believing that Aaron was participating in the tried and true. Hey, listen, kids, this is Green Bay. I'm Aaron blanking Rodgers.
Yeah, I run this place.
Yeah, we're all about Super Bowls, and what you're doing is not up to snuff. You have huge shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And that kid, Romeo Doubs, is impressing a lot. He may be the biggest, I'm using air quotes here, sleeper pick in fantasy football. Because when you get to that point, you're no longer a sleeper pick. But boy, has he been. Our good buddy Dave Richard, who we hope will be joining us weekly here soon, very high on this kid.
Well, at some point, when you lose your receivers and we assume Rodgers is going to throw 30 touchdowns again or more, someone's catching him. So find those receivers on his team.
It's a big-time quarterback battle in Pittsburgh. I'll tell you why Mike Tomlin's decision should probably be obvious. And also later on in the program, what's Snoop Dogg getting into today? Well, prep your young children because he's sticking his foot in the pool, in the kiddie pool, that is. We'll finish out the show last half hour next.
The start of the NFL season is upon us, and Sactown Sports 1140 has all your coverage. Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and of course, all the NFL action every Sunday. You're home for the NFL all season long. Sactown Sports 1140.
Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, talking about positionless basketball. It features players who shoot well from beyond the arc, can defend multiple positions, and would thrive in a pass-happy system. The way the players rely on each other is similar to how the body works when supported by Good Feet arch supports. By supporting all four arches, the foot, knees, hips, and low back become properly aligned, so that each can do their job pain-free. If you have foot-related pain, it's time to get serious. Good Feet makes over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities of arch supports. So your solution is waiting. Visit Good Feet now for a free, no-obligation, personalized fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet arch supports. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto online. GoodFeet.com.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, just down the street at McConnell Estates Winery, where they're getting ready to harvest the grapes.
They are, and there's nothing better in the fields than a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab from Elk Grove Dodge.
There is one exception, Vince.
What's that?
How about a new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 that's $12,000 off MSRP?
Yeah, you've got me there. Luckily this month, during the Make This the Summer event, I've got over 30 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, and they're all $12,000 off MSRP.
Now that's a deal that's as sweet as the grapes they're picking.
It sure is. Not only can you save $12,000, but these Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s start at only $38,940.
$38,940 for a new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4?
Yes, sir.
Should get two.
He should, but only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall online at oakgrovedodge.com.
Include $6,500 in California National Chrysler Capital Conquest and select inventory retail bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital OAC and have qualified vehicle for at least 30 days. Settled in 347916 and 9622.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. High Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. High Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. And with helpful representatives just a call away, it's easy to understand why Pi is rated excellent by customers on Trustpilot. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Billy Currington is coming back to SAC with Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park too. And he's bringing some friends, Russell Dickerson. And more. September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Tickets start at just $35 or upgrade your experience to the All Access Pass for $100. Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Brought to you by Lasher's Outgrove Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Tickets and details at SactownSports.com.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. The only local sports show in the morning. On Sactown Sports 1140.
I got my wife accidentally addicted to this show about people that live in Alaska, like north of the Arctic Circle. It's called Life Below Zero.
Oh, I've seen the title. I've never watched it.
Dude, it's insane. It's like people by themselves, but then also people with families and kids. Like just all over you go through like 4 families a season or something. And they're like, I'm hungry. I'm going to shoot a beaver. And then, like, oh, here's a bear. I'm going to shoot that. Like they shoot and eat their stuff.
And is it, like this, is it always cold?
Oh, cold is relative, but what is it? They basically say they have 4 months out of the year where it's warm enough to do the things you need to do to prepare for the winter.
Wow.
Like everything's basically gather firewood, gather meat.
Hunt and gather.
And that's it. And to me, that's insane. Like yeah. I would last a couple days, maybe. Yeah. And they live, and this one lady who's like, I think she's like 49, 50, definitely, has lived a hard life. She's by herself. And like just south of the Arctic Ocean, like 200 miles north of the Arctic Circle.
And obviously chose
it. And I don't know if they're, some of these people have had trauma in their lives. Some of these people just want to get away, don't like people. I just, it's so weird that we all have a life and some people choose to live their lives. And they probably look at us and they're like, huh, what are you doing, idiot? Go outside. And I'm looking at them like, oh, I like heat.
Right.
Also.
Except not too much.
Not too much. Yeah. Have you started the Dragon show yet?
No.
Are you gonna?
No.
Did you watch the first one?
Nope.
No Game of Thrones?
No. Not an interest for me.
Not the same thing. My wife won't watch it. She won't watch Game of Thrones because they cut off a horse's head.
Oh, not because of that.
And for her, she's like,
Did you watch the first episode?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is a spinoff?
This is a prequel.
Oh, prequel.
Much like the Hobbits were to the Lord of the Rings is kind of. But it's like 200 years before.
Yes.
Have you watched it?
I have.
It's very hard to rate something after the first episode. You're not committed.
I really enjoyed it. I'll put it that way. It has all your Game of Thrones staples. Targaryens, boobs, beheadings.
From what I understand, Starks.
Is it very small?
Is it as so far as it is graphic?
Yes. Oh gosh, yes.
Okay.
Very graphic.
I hope they have a better ending.
Well, we have to find out because it's just the beginning.
Doesn't it lead into the other?
No. At 200 years before. I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, now I have that, Better Call Saul, Yellowstone, and 1880, whatever that I have to watch.
You're going to love Better Call Saul. Yeah. If you loved Breaking Bad, you'll love Better Call Saul.
I watched the first 2 episodes where they met the Latino gentleman from I call him the Latino gentleman, whatever his name is from Breaking Bad. They insulted the kids.
Tuco?
The kids insulted his grandma.
Yeah, Tuco.
Yeah, him.
Better Call Saul is amazing.
That's how far into it I am.
You'll enjoy it.
Mike Tomlin better call phone a friend because and I love Mike Tomlin. I think he is the most underrated coach.
He could be your coach.
100%.
Yeah.
I think he's the most underrated coach in football, and he's amongst the most underrated. Mike Tomlin is the Eric Spoelstra of, I can't think of a third.
John Harbaugh's?
Of John Harbaugh's, maybe. Yeah. Like he just wins.
Yeah.
All the time. And he had Ben Roethlisberger. He just wins.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. We talk about like young Montana to Young. We talk about Favre to Aaron Rodgers. And why we don't talk more about like Cowher to Tomlin. It's just insane the stability the Steelers have. Yeah. What is it? 4 coaches, 5 coaches, maybe? I think it's 4 or 5 coaches. You got Chuck Knox.
Chuck Noll,
excuse me, Chuck Knox. Since like 1970 or something. It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a full quarterback back and forth battle going on right now between Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, all the way to the end.
I mean, maybe it's just posturing, and I understand that. I'm not going to doubt Mike Tomlin, but it's like, does it kind of have to be Kenny Pickett? Like, the Steelers aren't going anywhere this year, almost certainly. This is a rebuild year for them, and you drafted Kenny Pickett, who has tremendous talent. They got, you need the Pickett to Pickens rookie combo there. This is a guy who's the 20th pick in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, again, we go back to what we said earlier, that sometimes there's political decisions, so pressure from, hey, an organization, a general manager, ownership, because we drafted the guy this high. But you also want to, I don't think Mike Tomlin's the kind of guy that is going to do things for that reason, unless he's strong-armed there, and he'll do his best to not get into that spot. But you also don't want to lose your locker room. And I'm not saying that's the case here, but if you do something for a political or for some other agenda reason, your locker room knows.
Absolutely.
They're like, this dude's better. And I don't think that's the case here. It might legitimately be this close of a battle, and he says it's going to come down to this final preseason game.
I think you bring up a good point, because a football team wants to win. They don't care about draft picks. Yeah. They don't care about media saying they're not going to make it, especially, we talk about culture. The Pittsburgh Steeler culture is a real thing. And I think your point's really, really well taken, that the locker room's going to know which is the better quarterback.
Yeah.
And if the better quarterback doesn't get the shot, that's going to wound the other one out of the gate when it comes to respect.
Right. You and I we've won our position battles, and we're battling hard at whatever positions we're playing. We're going, wait a minute, what are we doing over here? Like, I'm trying to do my best to help, when they say do your job the best you can as one of 11.
Right.
Then what are we doing making the decision there that way? So I think you got to be really careful with that.
Yeah, and look at what Tom Brady and what other players were saying when Tom Brady returned. They had the swagger back. People dove more. They hustled more. It's the same thing. Having a quarterback that has the locker room can bring out the best in other players.
Yeah.
And to bring it all full circle, that's one of the main concerns I have with Trey Lance. It's not just his throwing ability and everything else. It's also Jimmy Garoppolo, say what you want, had that locker room wrapped around his finger.
Yep.
They loved Jimmy Garoppolo. On the record, off the record, not once did you ever hear some sort of off-record comment to, some Bay Area writer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, had Jimmy, really, honestly, it shouldn't be him.
I remember last year, a friend of the show, Eric Armstead, kind of went out of his way to I don't even know why this is a conversation.
Right.
Like, Jimmy's our guy.
Yeah.
No, there's no, he's our dude. And you go, well, that's coming from the locker room, from a veteran, from a leader. So that's important.
And Eric Armstead is about as even keel as it gets. And I remember that exact conversation. And that was about as emphatic as he was all year long. Like, dude, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, Jimmy is our guy, and we believe in him, and we would walk through fire for him. And I think you can talk about touchdowns and interceptions and completions and rushing yards with the court, all that stuff. There is no stat for would your team walk through fire for you. When it's the fourth quarter and everyone is tired and has their hands on their knees and they feel like they're going to die, and you're down 4 points and it's 3rd and 6, and you need a wide receiver to go across the middle and leap and expose his ribs to pull down a catch, and you need 3 guys to throw blocks on the way there, and everybody is just done. If you, as the quarterback, who's run probably the least of anyone and is in the best cardio shape at that point, you have to have the ability to psych your team up to the point where they're going to make those plays. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That is it's intangible, but the results are very tangible.
Right.
And
and the locker room, like we said, knows it. All that stuff.
Is there any chance that Kenny Pickett does not have the job because he might have perhaps the worst possible name for a quarterback?
That is possible.
We've talked about this before, but he definitely enters the list of athlete. Eric Plunk, Bob Walk.
The fact that both those guys were pitchers.
That's the thing, man. And he's a quarterback. That's not great. That would be like
running back, Frankie Fumbles.
A guard named Jonathan Brick. I'm talking about basketball.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Tim Shank is a kicker.
And I mean, you may not remember this guy, but early on in the UFC, Billy Knockout was completely derailed. Nobody ever took him seriously.
Yeah.
Jonathan Punch Drunk, not great.
Yeah. Oh man, in that golf tour, everybody says how good Gary Yips would have been.
There has to have been like a Bobby Shank, Johnny Slice,
yeah,
Timmy Chunk. That would be a very interesting think piece.
Steve Eyre.
Worst actual sports names, and we're starting with Eric Plunk, Bob Walk, and Kenny Pickett.
Not a sports name, but Jason was telling me earlier about a weatherman in LA when he was growing up. Had the best weather name man ever. By best, I mean worst.
Dallas Reigns.
But he was in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, how great would that have been if he was in Texas? But yeah. I hear you.
Come on.
We had oh God, I was such a little kid. No, I remember someone out there is older than me will help. There was somebody on either CBS or ABC. I know it wasn't Channel 3 because that was Tom Loffman. It was his name was Stormin Norman.
Yes.
Something. You remember that? You remember the name?
I've heard that.
Weather guy named Stormin Norman something. It's like, well, I guess.
Oh, Paul will know on the YouTube.
Paul will 100% know. All right, we'll take a break. We got a lot of stuff for you in the next segment. Of course, we have celebrity birthdays, but we've got some news and notes. We got some fun stuff for you, including Snoop Dogg's new venture, kids, right after this.
You want more Kings coverage? Sactown Sports 1140 is giving it to you.
You know, you'll be watching and thinking, man, like, I guess Keegan, he's maybe not as good today. And then you look up and he's got, 12 and 8 and it's, the second quarter and he is just so calm, so efficient.
I think it's absolutely what Sacramento needs. I think there's this sense that something special is starting to fall into place.
Log on to SactownSports.com for exclusive content. SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friend Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Shelby, Peter, the whole team over there at RefinanceWithShelby.com, making it happen. Listen, local lender, a reputation to uphold. With other banks, you're just a number. Why would you possibly want to purchase or refinance from someplace in Southern California or Florida or Texas or Ohio? Why don't you try purchasing or refinancing with local folks that live amongst us, that worry about word of mouth, that know the title companies, that know the appraisers, and if you're trying to purchase, that know the realtors. So when realtors are looking at multiple offers, they say, you know what? I've worked with Shelby before a bunch of times, and I know if you got a pre-approval from him, your deal is going through. They can close a purchase loan in 17 days. That's speed on your side with a local lender. You can compete with cash offers. RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRE number 018643544.
Do you ever feel like some service companies just treat you like a number? Like all they really want to do is just get at your checkbook? At Bell Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we're not looking for customers. We prefer to make friends. That's why we show up on time, with clean trucks and uniforms, and with a smile on our face. We'll treat your home and property with respect and clean up after ourselves, just like you would at a friend's house. If you need us to help with anything around the house, we're more than happy to do a good deed for free. And at the end of the day, we only expect you to pay if you absolutely love our service. At Bell Brothers, we don't find customers, we make friends. And right now, our drain clearing service is just $87. Call Bell Brothers at 916-444-1234, or you can find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Dealing with an outdated printer that just can't keep up with you? Visit Staples and upgrade to a new HP Envy Inspire with HP Plus, HP's best home printer. And it comes with 6 months of free ink. It prints everything you need, from homework and work documents to incredible photos and more with amazing quality. Right now, save $70 on the HP Envy Inspire 7955E, available at Staples. Offer valid through August 27th. See staples.com/HP Plus for details.
I'm sure you've heard the phrase, let Safe Credit Union put you first. Well, that phrase is honest, genuine, and sincere. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Safe Credit Union. At Safe, you're not a number. You are part of a member-owned, community-focused family. Explore the benefits of saving, borrowing, and investing with a partner who puts you first. Safe Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, believing in a better customer experience since 1981. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Who's hot?
Who?
Albert Pujols.
Yes.
The hot old man at 42 years and 218 days. He is the oldest player ever with 7 home runs in a 10-game span. That distinction previously belonged to Theodore Williams, who hit 7 home runs in a 10-game span as a 41-year-old in 1960.
Aha.
What is not hot? Paid attendance at the Oakland Coliseum last night, just 2,630. Second lowest number of the year. 4th game this season with attendance under 3,000.
Once again, A's ownership blew it.
This just in?
Yeah. News and notes right now.
Stand by on this frequency. It's time for the news of the day.
Thank you for ruining the show and dropping a steamer on my journalistic integrity.
Today's important headlines, intelligent analysis, hard-hitting interviews. Yeah, this is none of those things. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh my God, I love those guys.
Does she, though? Does she love us?
Such a mouthful.
Snoop Dogg is expanding his empire to include something for the kids. He has entered the world of children's programming with the new animated kids series Doggyland. Kids, songs, and nursery rhymes.
Like Paw Patrol?
Yeah. He partnered with Claude Brooks, who produced the children's franchise Hip Hop Harry.
Oh, Claude.
And singer-songwriter October London. That's a great name. It's a colorful cast of dogs who use songs, dance, and rap to teach social, emotional, and cognitive skills aimed at toddlers to 8-year-olds. Here's a little bit.
A sample?
Just a little bit.
Doggyland, yeah!
Wow, wow, wow.
Hey, that now,
Good morning, pups. It's time to roll. Let's find a seat. High five, come on. We got barks a lot. Yap, yap, and wags all aboard the bus. Let's head to class.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
Doggyland to me would be a 3D animated cartoon series designed for kids. I say preschoolers, toddlers, and eventually kids of all ages because it's so influential, it's so educational, and it's so fundamentally smart. The way
I mean, let me say from the jump. Awesome. First off, you know the music in that small sample in itself. The music's gonna be great.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like Yo Gabba Gabba is what my kids grew up with, and that had better music. Like we used to joke about, you just hear better music on that than you would on MTV because there's no more videos. And the late great Biz Markie was a huge part of that. But I snickered because I don't know what this phenomenon is called other than aging. Am I the only one that looks at like I remember Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre doing Undercover. If you go back and watch the video for Undercover, 187 on if you go back and watch the video, Snoop can't make eye contact with the camera. Every time he does, it's like his eyes are bright. He was like this young baby Snoop Dogg. He couldn't make eye contact. He was so awkward in that video. I remember Snoop and Murder Was the Case and all the Snoop things, just like I remember Ice Cube saying some very questionable things at times, but now they've evolved.
Yes.
And they're like making kid shows and Ice Cube's on TNT. Very funny. The whole
making money.
Right. And they're in family. I am here for young, bad A-word rappers, then becoming dads and in Snoop Dogg's case, grandpas, and then rolling out like kids stuff and all this. Like a lot of people be like, that's a sellout. I think it's awesome.
Eddie Murphy did the same kind
Eddie
of path.
Murphy big time did the same kind. In fact, Eddie Murphy might have been the trailblazer on that thing, lest I'm forgetting. So, Richard Pryor was in like Brewster's Millions and the toy was
Okay,
it
I
was
like the toy.
Maybe it wasn't Family. But anyways, I am here for it. Snoop Dogg, you go.
You go, Snoop. Yeah.
Hey, way to go.
Super cool, dude.
What else do I have for you? Oh, here's a fun note before we get to the days of the week and then celebrity birthdays. Jack Black's mother, Judith Love Cohen, was co-creator of the abort guidance system that saved the Apollo 13 astronauts.
Wow. Everyone knew that.
When Judith went into labor, she brought a printout of a problem she was working on to the hospital and solved it just before Jack was born. Who knew Jack Black's mother was like the smartest person in the world? So shouts to him.
Yes.
The immensely talented Jack Black. Yes. And her. Today is National Cuban Sandwich Day. I believe that's a Cubano. Anyone have a Cubano before?
Love a Cubano.
Wonderful sandwiches. National Sponge Cake Day.
It's fine.
Overrated?
Yes. Strawberry shortcake's overrated.
Oh, no, it's not overrated.
The show or the cake?
You don't like strawberry shortcake. You like strawberries?
Like, if strawberry shortcake is there and that's what's for dessert, I will eat it and I will enjoy it.
Okay. But it's not your first choice.
It's just not a huge fruit for dessert. It's like every time I go to, I love Mexico. I'll probably end up living there when I grow up. And I love Mexican cuisine. I really love Mexican cuisine. Their desserts are trash.
I'm excited for Guadalajara, Dave.
Dude.
Flan.
But flan's, I believe, an American invention, I think.
Oh, okay.
Dude, every dessert they have is like some pastry with a fruit in it. Like no like pie, like chocolate pies, at least that I haven't seen.
That's what you can do in Mexico. Open up an American-based dessert shop.
For real. It's all just like dumb pastries. And like weird cookies. Like I just don't like it. I'm very passionate about it. So get out of here, Sponge Cake. Finally, I got excited about this because it's National Ride the Wind Day, and I, for some reason, thought of the Patrick Swayze song, but that She's Like the Wind, not Ride the Wind.
Doesn't that Christopher Cross Ride Like the Wind? Yeah.
With who on backup?
Michael
McDonald. That's right. Now commemorates the anniversary of the first human-powered flight to win the Kramer Prize. 1977, the Gossamer Condor flew the first figure-8 course specified by the Royal Aeronautical Society. And there you go. You learned something.
Aaron in the YouTube chat says, so a churro is trash to you.
Again, isn't a churro, and again, forgive me if I'm wrong, if there's ignorance here. I'm always trying to learn. I thought a churro was also, is a churro an American invention?
I don't know the origin of the churro.
All right. Well, churro is not trash. Especially those, I forget the Mexican. El Torito Sunday brunch churros were amazing.
Need to be hot, warmed.
Gotta be hot, warm. Got caramel and stuff on there.
Okay.
Yeah, a little sauce. You've got celebrity birthday.
Yeah,
Jace.
Interesting collection today. Ready? Let's go. Happy birthday today on this August 23rd to Seth Curry. What is he turning today?
Seth Curry is 29.
31.
He is 32
Boom.
today. Happy birthday to Lynn Sanity, Jeremy Lin.
Oh, wow. Jeremy Lin is 34.
37.
Jeremy Lin is 34.
Yeah, he is. Told you.
Wow.
Happy birthday today to Jesse's girl, Rick Springfield.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
How old is Rick Springfield today? Play along at home as well.
70?
69.
Nice. 73 for Rick Springfield.
I apologize. A churro is a type of fried dough from Spanish and Portuguese cuisine, Latin American cuisine, the Philippines, and more. Most popular in the southwestern United States and France. Okay. Well,
Hopefully Rick Springfield has one today.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Barbara Eden. I Dream of Jeannie. Still with us.
She is still with us. Good for her. So stupid for her. I had such a crush on her growing up. And it wasn't even like in my generation. But just, Barbara Eden and who was it? Marianne and what's her face from Gilligan?
Ginger.
I know. Barbara Eden is 83.
86.
Barbara Eden is 91 today. How about
wow.
that? Happy birthday to Shelley Long.
Oh, talk about crushes.
Diane Chambers.
Oh, my God.
Cheers.
Diane on Cheers.
D.D. Pritchett.
Yes. Good pull, Jay. Pritchett.
Diane Shelley Long is 64.
No, Shelley Long's in her 70s now. I'm going to say 74.
She's 73 today.
Oh, my God. Shelley Long is 73? That got me.
Really?
That's okay. I was looking up Coach earlier when we were talking about the sports TV shows. You know how old Craig T. Nelson is?
He's got to be 80.
78.
I don't want Shelley Long to be
Happy birthday to the Flying Dutchman, Rick Smits.
Oh, where's our guy MC? Favorite basketball player of all time is Rick Smits.
I'm going to say Rick Smits is an even 70 today. Congratulations, Rick Smits. You're 70.
I'm going to say Rick Smits is 54.
He's 56. 70.
Why did you age Rick Smits?
Happy birthday.
Bro, Rick Smits wasn't playing in the 70s.
Happy birthday to former Sacramento King, Darren Collison.
Oh, DC. The other DC.
Darren Collison is 33.
32.
He's 35 today.
Really?
Yes, he is. I told you.
Timely and topical in the news today because they've made it all good in Brooklyn. Happy birthday to Sean Marks. What a birthday gift. Finding out that Kevin Durant is cool with staying around.
Sean Marks, I hate him.
Wow.
I know he's younger than I am. Sean Marks is 44.
Sean Marks is 45.
Sean Marks is 47 today.
Boom.
Okay, he's not younger than me.
All right. I don't know why I'm doing this one, but happy birthday to Jared Fogle.
Ah, the great Jared Fogle.
From Subway, who's behind bars still, I believe.
Okay, I'm not making light of the situation, obviously. I just have a quick question. Do you think, like, if you're in, like, prison for a long time, do they, like, acknowledge your birthday? Do you get, like, a little cake or something? Not a cake, but, like, something with your tray?
It's a foot long.
I think.
You're not just that one. I'm going to say he is 50.
Jared is 47.
He is 45. Two more quick ones. Yeah. Rudy Rudiger. Rudy.
Oh, Rudy is 77. No,
Rudy's 75.
74. And the one nobody ever knew how old he was when he played, Julio Franco.
Julio Franco is 110.
Still don't know. I'm going to go 94.
I'm going to go Julio Franco is 70.
He's 64.
I didn't even get a guess.
Well, you said 90.
You said 90.
Really?
Jay Mars, Jason Ross,
Shelley Long,
and Julio Franco. Jim Rome is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you all. Bye-bye now.
You ask for more 49ers coverage, and Sactown Sports 1140 listen.
Let's go, Niner gang.
Get all the latest 49ers news and notes online at SactownSports.com. Plus, make sure to follow us on IG at Sactown1140 for Emil Fergoso's live post-game show following every game.
That is what we expect out of the Niner gang.
Niners win! Your home for the most 49ers coverage in Sacramento. Sactown Sports 1140.
To commit to men in divorce. Though intended as a compliment, such statements have always bothered me. For one thing, it's far from clear that a decision that's likely to disaffect half the market is a good business decision. But more troubling is the presumption that Cordell & Cordell's success is largely a result of good marketing. I think if you ask one of our 300-plus attorneys or one of our 100,000-plus former clients, that you'd hear a